Go at it. Starting quarterback for the Houston Gamblers is Kenji Bahar, who's standing by with Devin Gardner.
Kenji, last week you guys get your first victory. What was the week of practice like?
Energy was high, man. Both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Special teams was playing on both sides. It was just a high level of energy.
For you, you were extremely efficient, especially on that last drive, that game-winning drive. How do you recapture some of that and continue to build on what you were able to do last week?
I mean, just picking up from, the game and practice. Like I said, man, we had a great week of practice. So just keeping that shit going into the practice and, just taking what they give me.
All right, good luck today.
Thanks, man.
All right, Kenji's always low-key and even keel, as are these two head coaches. And Kenji will have to stand on the sideline and watch first because Philadelphia won the toss. They have elected to receive. And Bart Andrus, who's had his team in the championship game last year, just trying to get him on track offensively this season.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks have really shocked me, to be honest with you, with Case Cookus, who was one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year, we look at the odds, over-under 46.5 Philadelphia, minus 2.5 in this ball game. But this offense, 10 points a couple of weeks ago against Michigan, 13 last week against Pittsburgh. This is an offense that you would normally see up there mid-20s, 30 points. I expect that we'll see more of that today as they get more comfortable. But the key for them is trying to protect their quarterback, as we'll talk more about as this game goes along and they start on offense.
And so they are back to receive and get ready to start things off. Chris Rowland, one of the more dangerous return men in the league. And he will get us going. Nick Vogel set to kick it off. And there's a look at Case Cookus. We'll get into his story. One of the stars of the USFL back last season in season 1. And when he's protected, one of the more productive quarterbacks so far in season 2 as well. This is the first game of week 4, and it is officially underway. Short kick taken by Rowland. And a good return out across the 35-yard line. And that's where Case Cookus will take the field for the first time today, leads the USFL in completions and pass attempts.
Yeah, but when you look at what he was a year ago, he was much more efficient as it relates to the touchdown to interception ratio. And I think that has a big factor in that really is the protection and what he's going through. So this year, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Last year, he was 12 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions on the season. Kurt, if they can protect him, he's going to pick this defense apart.
Yeah, you see the struggles so far this season. He's the most sacked quarterback by far in the USFL with 13 for the first 3 weeks. Comes out for it right away and hooks up with his tight end Pro Wells. Here's a look at this Philadelphia offense.
And up front, we've already talked about it. They've given up 13 sacks in only 3 games, 4 in each of their games. That has got to get better. Now, on the outside, they do have a couple of guys that I really believe are good players. Corey Coleman being one of them, we already talked about him, Kurt. Devin Gray as well. Between those two guys, that's where 50% of your wide receiver production is coming from for Philadelphia. They've got 36 receptions between them. Gray is an excellent player, and obviously Coleman is so gifted.
And they hand it off to Matt Colburn, their talented running back, but they have struggled to run the ball all season long, last in the league at 52 yards a game.
Well, on this Houston defense on the other side, they've struggled a bit this year. 31 points per game, that's second worst in the USFL. And they've allowed 16 plays of 20 or more yards. Now, there were a couple of bright spots last week in a win. JT Tyler had a big interception, led to a touchdown on the offensive side, and then Dayon Lake, I thought, played really well from the safety position in the rotation. So those are guys that you're going to want to watch during the course of the game.
Our first third down. Cookus. And it's dropped. Devin Gray had it and had the first, but couldn't hang on to the football, so it'll be 3 and out to start the game for the Stars.
It's a good route here. What you got here is you got a little slant, and he's going to get inside the defender. There is nobody over the middle of the field. The ball is thrown accurately. Got to come down with that one. Devin Gray has been very good for them. 17 catches so far this season. That should have been his 18th, and it should have been first down Stars.
Okay, 7 of those 17 catches have been on third downs, #1 in the league, so no surprise they went to him, but he couldn't hang on. And so our first punt, and it'll be down by the Stars right at the 27-yard line. Make it. And so Kenji Bahar will come out coming off maybe his best game so far in the USFL last week, leading them to a comeback win in the final seconds against Memphis.
The biggest key for Houston is the turnovers. They had a ton of turnovers in their first couple of weeks. They were -3, actually, in each of their first 2 games that led to losses. Last week, +1 in the turnover margin, and a big reason was because Kenji Bahar, he was clean with the football, only had the 1 interception. He was 22 of 36 for 235 last week. We'll see if he can build on that here in this week's game.
180.
Quick pass out on first down, and a good stiff arm. And that's made along the sideline by Justin Hall, their top receiver, on an offense that seems to be getting better each week.
It really, and by the way, last week, and Devin asked an excellent question of Kenji about that last series. They had a 2-minute scoring drive. They had given up a 13-point lead late in that fourth quarter, and they drove down, and they were able to score and win that game. And a lot of times, a drive like that, it can carry over. The confidence can carry over, and we'll see if it does here against the Stars.
After the gain of 5, Mark Thompson, his first carry. And he's hit before he even got back to the line of scrimmage. Channing Stribling, the defensive back, the first guy to get there, no gain.
Well, Stribling is one of the best defensive backs in the USFL. He was all USFL a year ago. He already has an interception this year. This is the #1 pass defense in the league, giving up only 146 yards per game through the air. Now, they did not get a lot of pressure on the quarterback in week 1 and 2, but last week they had 5 sacks. The issue, though, Kurt, is their run defense. They've been struggling the last couple of weeks. Michigan, 144 yards. Pittsburgh, 135 yards. So they have got to come up and try to stop Mark Thompson, that running back.
See what they can do on third down. Pressure coming, and it's converted. And that's caught by the tight end, the son of Doug Peterson, and I'm sure he's already tired of hearing that. Josh Peterson, the tight end for Houston, give him 8 in the first.
Well, nice little conversion here from Kenji Bahar. And I love these types of concepts, by the way. You get these short yardage, you know, not really short, but third and medium where you can just get to the sticks. Tight ends become such a weapon because they can literally just box out the defender. And it's like throwing an entry pass in basketball to a postman. You just throw it right on his frame for a first down.
Shamari Jones gets the carry, his first. Stopped by Adam Rodriguez. First game for Jones, who was signed just prior to last week's contest.
Yep, and he's going to get kind of the I would say the auxiliary carries here. I think that they're still going to feature Mark Thompson, who had a great game last week, but TJ Pledger went down with an ankle injury, so Shamari Jones is going to come in here. And he went to Coastal Carolina, and he's going to get a chance in this ballgame. By the way, big back. Both of these guys are big backs. Thompson, 6'2", 235, makes Jones look small. He's 6'1", 220.
Jones probably more the speed guy between these two. 2nd and 5. Here comes the pressure, blitz, and sack. Right away, Joel DeBlanco, no trouble getting to the quarterback.
Well, you're going to try to get a little bit of protection right here from the back, but the problem is that they overloaded it with a couple of different blitzers. And when they do that, they get to the quarterback, and Bahar has no chance.
Hey, gun double left, 23 paint, wide fluty, X dagger, on 1, ready?
Good block, quarterback.
Hey, left side, left side. Hey, yeah, you go play.
Loss of 7 brings up 3rd and 12.
Omar, ready, move.
And the play clock looks like it hit 0 before they got that one off.
The left game. Offense, number 11, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
All right, so now something to figure out here at 3rd and very long.
Hey, double left, hey, 23 paint, wide fluty, X dagger, double left. Yeah. Hey, Mike 50. Here we go, ready? Here we go, wide 80. Wide 80, touch.
Bahar over the middle, got a man, caught for the first down. T.O. Redding, gain of 20 on 3rd and 17.
I tell you what, this is a great route. Watch, he's going to come in from this right side. They got a little bit of an in route, and he gets inside of the numbers, and that ball was thrown right on time. That's the key. You're going to throw those in-breaking routes to an outside receiver against zone coverage. Kurt, it better be out on time. And look at that little bobble at the end. He was able to still corral it.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hit the line to gain first down.
Yeah, Bahar,
180.
3 for 3 to start this game. Hands it off. Mark Thompson, stutter steps, falls forward for a short gain. Ladarius Wiley with the stop.
Boy, this Stars team, you can tell they're committed to stopping the run after the last couple of weeks, aren't they?
Yes.
They've got extra hats in there to try to stop Mark Thompson, and rightly so. Thompson was so effective last week in this Houston team's win, 30-26 over Memphis. Thompson, 21 carries, 80 yards in that rush defense. You know, in the last couple of weeks, it just has not been very good.
Thompson put those numbers up after missing the first 2 weeks. So just getting going here. This is second game. He spreads out wide. They throw left. And once again, Hall with the catch, slips a tackle, and gets enough for a first down. 11 yards on that one.
Hall is such a good slot receiver, and what they try to do is they get him the ball in a number of different ways here. He gets a decent block, probably get away with a little hold there on Tio Redding, number 9, but he's able to just get upfield and get that first down. Slot receivers, I think that in the modern football, Kurt, I think that the slot receiver, because of the rules, it's the one position that has I think, energized modern offense, because smaller, quicker players are able to go out there and produce in the interior of the field.
And he's showing it this season. Out of the backfield, Thompson bouncing off tacklers. Down the sideline, the stiff arm, stays in bounds all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Let's go, Mark. 33 yards. All one man.
We saw a run like this last week from Thompson, and it's all about his ability to break tackles, his physicality through contact. But then what happens is he's got good speed and agility, stays in bounds, but right there in the interior, able to spin off of contact and then the jets to get loose. He is so talented. You know, we've heard for a couple of years, this is one of those players that could take the league by storm. He's got himself back in shape, under 240 pounds now, 235, and you see that physicality in the broken tackle and then the speed to the pylon.
Vogel adds the extra point. Houston comes out of the gate with a 9-play, 73-yard drive, capped off by Thompson, doing his thing for the score.
Did you know GoodRx can help you get a better price on your family's prescriptions?
I just open the app, type in the name of our meds, that's it. Savings on my asthma medication. All right, round 2, baby, round 2. Oh, yeah. Savings on my husband's blood pressure refills. And savings on my daughter's allergy pills.
Prescription savings for the whole family.
Have a good one.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
If sports fans built a streaming service,
movies and shows, live TV, more local sports. This is your big 3 that crushes cable.
Andy changed the batteries on all 3 smoke detectors.
AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre- and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. Start your journey at athleticgreens.com.
Internet without trackers. Without malicious websites. Without malware-ridden files. Zen. Your data more secure. Your connection protected. Be more Cyber Zen. Get NordVPN. Enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily.
What if we live to 100? I don't want to outlive our money. I keep eating all these chia seeds. I could live to be 100.
We work at Empower. Even if we do live to 100, we don't have to worry.
Not worried.
Take control of your financial future to empower what's next.
tomorrow,
The USFL is on FS1. The Birmingham Stallions battle the Pittsburgh Maulers.
See you later.
The USFL, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
When animals are in danger. This gentleman's bunnies ate his drugs.
Really? What kind?
Floppy-eared, fluffy.
No, the drugs. What kind of drugs?
One team.
We just got a 911 on a bear. Get this in a hot tub.
Did he turn the jets on? Answers the call. Oh, he's got a crazy look in his eye. Holy. It's huge. You grab the head.
Wait,
right
you grab
here.
the head.
No, you grab it. Joel McHale.
You're fucking me now.
Animal Control. Thursdays on Fox or watch anytime on Hulu.
911, what's your emergency?
It's raining frogs.
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
Anybody ever seen anything like this?
I'm here to rescue you.
You just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen. You saved me. That's what we're here for.
911 Lone Star, all new Tuesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Well, the last time the Houston Gamblers played in Detroit was 39 years ago today. That's when they took on the Michigan Panthers. And the Gamblers were led by Jim Kelly, the Hall of Famer. They tied the game late, sent it to overtime, where their attempt at the game-winning field goal was blocked by the Panthers. And then John Corker blocked it, and then Michigan wound up winning it 31-28. Houston off to a much better start, courtesy of Kenji Bahar and Mark Thompson in this game.
I tell you, man, Mark Thompson he is so physical. Now, we've seen it back-to-back weeks. And this Houston team, I tell you what, they have found a good combination offensively. Obviously, with Mark Thompson and his physicality, but also, Kurt, the ability to keep the defense honest by utilizing their slot receiver, Justin Hall. We saw that little screen play. So what happens is the defense has got to say spread, and a lot of times with two safeties back. And when that happens, you have the run ratios as an offense, and a physical back like Thompson can take advantage.
Here's Chris Rowland on the return. Dancing across the middle of the field. We talk about a physical back. That guy is standing by with Devin Gardner.
Hey, Mark, we've seen you for a few weeks now. We've seen the power, the stiff arm that you just put on display again. Yeah. But what about those dancers' feet? Where did you get the dancers' feet at this big size?
Hey, you got to always have hips. You got to have good feet. You know, playing a powerful game, but you got some balance that'll go a long way.
So what you're saying is it's all in the hips. Huh?
It's all in the hips. Sweet feet eat.
How good does it feel to be back, right? You were injured to start the year just a bit. You get back healthy, and now you are showing that this offense can be very explosive with you as the feature back.
This offense is explosive regardless. It doesn't matter who's on the field. We got the coaches. We got the scheme. We got the players who want to execute. So we're going to be powerful. We're going to be explosive. We're going to be on task. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of it, add to it.
Have just a little bit more regard for other people when you are running, okay?
It might be hard
to do. He is a physical specimen out of the University of Florida as the Cookers pass goes incomplete on first down.
You know, this Philly offense, I've been trying to put my finger on, like, well, what's different? You know, they've got largely the same players, Kurt, and they were so effective offensively. I really believe it's their inability to run the ball. It's not that they ran it a lot last year, but they ran it effectively last year, which then helped their passing game.
Williams, his first carry of the game. And the former Notre Dame product, Dexter Williams, a pickup of 2.
And to put some numbers to that, some context, this year they're the league's worst run team as it relates to yards per carry, 3 yards per carry. Last year, they were the best team in the USFL as far as 5.1 yards per carry. That's the difference. And so if a defense doesn't respect your ability to be dangerous in the run game, what can they do? Get after the quarterback. And when they get after the quarterback, bad things happen.
Oh, they're forced to call a timeout. Just trying to get this offense going in any way they possibly can. Try and keep up with Houston, who's out to the early lead here in this opening quarter.
Sorry, I just locked in a great refinancing rate for my student loans with Credible.com.
Woo! I'm the Credible.
It's either credible or it's not.
Junk sleep got you all jumbled up?
During Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen and save up to $700 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base. Shop now at Mattress Firm.
When everything hurts, but you've got to carry on, your body needs the fast, warming relief of Tidal Roll-On.
I got immediate relief, and it lasts. Within a few minutes, I was able to start feeling the effects of it.
The powerful Tidal formulation that features plant-powered ingredients and lidocaine was developed to help world-class athletes with their pain, soreness, and full-body recovery.
Tidal is for everyone dealing with daily aches and pains, no matter what they do.
I really like the Tidal Roll-On because it has a 6-point massage applicator that helps loosen up the joints and muscles by providing this heat therapy, and that increases blood flow for maximum pain relief.
With the activities that I do with my son, it's definitely a must carry.
It smells really nice, it absorbs quickly, and I can just go about my day.
Tidal Massaging Heat Therapy Roll-On. Available at Target. Visit Tidal.com for locations and the full line of Tidal products.
Let New Age products transform your garage into an area of your home you can be proud of. Modular steel cabinets let you pick and choose the storage solutions to keep your garage organized. With overhead racks and shelving, slat wall, workstations, and flooring that let you create a showroom garage to call your own. Designed for DIY installation, all you need is one weekend to take your garage from unusable to unbelievable. Visit us at newageproducts.com.
How does Sling bring you the playoffs you love for just $40 a month? Instead of paying star athletes, we got the sweat mop guy. So you pay less for every fast break and every bucket. Get all the playoffs you love for just $40 a month. Sling, the live TV you love.
Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. By Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. And by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Well, that's the famous Joe Louis Fisk Trophy in downtown Detroit. I tell you, this city has really done this turnaround. You hear for years that Detroit is coming back. If you've been around downtown Detroit the last year or so, you can really see a difference. And sports has been a big part of it. Philadelphia here on 3rd and 8. Cook is sacked. Most sacked quarterback in the league. 2 series into this one, he goes down. Raheem Bingham.
What you're going to get here is you're going to get the safety come down and a little bit of a spy right there. They're trying to throw that shallow cross, and what they do a great job is Nick Grant, number 20, the opposite corner. He fell back into where that safety came down from, so the big crossing route's got nowhere to go. Cookus has nowhere to go with the ball, and the rush shows up.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs to start the game for the Stars. Luis Aguiar on the punt. Justin Hall giving his team the ball back the first time they touched it. There's reason to celebrate on offense. The defense doing their part on that drive, and they've got a chance to add to it.
Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Go to InventHelp.com. We have representatives nationwide and services to showcase your invention. Get started today. Go to InventHelp.com for free information.
The first time you made a sale online with GoDaddy was also the first time you heard of a town named Dinosaur, Colorado.
I just got an order from Dinosaur, Colorado.
Start an easy-to-build, powerful website for free with a partner that always puts you first. Start for free at GoDaddy.com.
So, who's it going to be? Tom? Could be Danny.
Guess it's all Maggie.
Should we have another one?
Talk to us about retirement today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual.
Water doesn't have to be boring. With over 40 delicious flavors, Circle starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
For the first time since WrestleMania, Roman Reigns returns, and the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament continues. An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Who's got a motive?
Why am I the bad guy?
Accused is TV's most captivating new crime show.
Guilty as charged. This is a nightmare.
And now you can watch it anytime.
I just shot someone.
I'm gonna fix this, I promise. Accused, all new Tuesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
A-list celebrities. They'll sing for their lives, but who are they? The Masked Singer is back!
Oh no, why the long face?
The new season is epic and you can watch anytime. With weekly themes,
New York night, 80s night, ABBA night,
and a new twist.
Whoa!
That will have everyone talking.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
All new Masked Singer, Wednesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Hulu.
Well, tonight on Fox, it's Boston versus Philly. Baseball style as Rafael Devers and the Red Sox take on the Phillies, or you can catch the Orioles battle Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Braves. It all begins tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, only here on Fox. And we're kicking off the sports day with the Houston Gamblers owning a 7-0 lead after one offensive possession for them. They take it over for the second time. Just over 5 minutes left in this opening quarter. And Kenji Bahar perfect on that opening drive, 4 for 4 for 45 yards. And that one batted down the line of scrimmage. I don't think that counts as an announcer's jinx.
Here we go, here we go. All right, we're going, hey, strong right tight, F slide, 35 bob, 1-1, ready? Hey, Mike 55, Mike 55. Strong right tight, 35 bob. 55! There we go.
Motion here.
Here we go, ready?
35 Bob.
180!
Right.
180!
The handoff. And that's taken by Jones.
Let's see what they do here on third down.
Hey, we're going, hey, gun fix left, Quizno, wide read, F Denver, on 1, ready? 23 playing, 23, my bad.
Go if they get it, go if they get it.
Fix left, you good. Hey, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go, ready? 180. Wide,
On 3rd and 4. Bahar completes that one. Justin Hall. That's his 3rd catch already this game.
Boy,
and a first down.
I really love Hall and what he's able to do. So he's in a bunch set. Watch him. He's going to press out, and then he's going to come in. This is a terrific route. See, he presses out and then comes in to find and occupy that space. It's so important, the timing of that route, where he doesn't bend it in to begin with, because that reduces the space that the quarterback has to throw the ball. But because he was able to maintain some width, Kurt, that gives the quarterback a nice window to throw it in there for a first down.
Gain of 14. Bahar a little bit behind his intended receiver on that one as Kiki Chisholm slips.
Well, this Philadelphia team defensively, they're nervous about the run, okay? So here's what Brad Miller, the defensive coordinator, is having to do, is that he's having to drop a safety down. So they're playing right now with only one safety back deep. When that happens, you get one-on-one coverage on the outside. You also get mismatches on the inside. So a guy like Hall right here, he's got a good advantage on the inside because of the single safety deep.
He mishandled the handoff, and it winds up being a turnover. Joey Alfiero winds up recovering the ball. Just a mistake between Thompson and his quarterback.
Bahar is going to have all sorts of room to run, because watch what we got here. You're going to have this all day long because everyone is squeezing down. You get the block. If he's able to pull that ball from Mark Thompson, he is gone. He's certainly going to get the first down. You can see his eyes got big because he saw the defense crashing down. and he just drops the ball and the turnover. Those turnovers have been disastrous for Houston during the course of the season. In large part, the reason they lost those opening 2 games was because of takeaways. And they give one up right here to Philadelphia, who now has great field position.
Yeah, they came into the game leading the league in turnovers, and that was just one that was unnecessary. Philadelphia takes it over at the 44-yard line. Maybe this will be the spark this Stars offense needs. And on first down, it's Matt Colburn. Picks up a couple.
So, Kurt, here's the difference. When you're not scared of the run, this is what you're able to do. Just sit your safeties back, and you're going to let your front 7 stop the run. They only have, 4 guys in the middle, but they're able to stop the run, control the run, because this offensive line can't get it done right now. Tolson steps up, makes a nice tackle. That's the difference right now. Houston's able to play safe defense, 2 safeties over the top.
And Houston jumped early. So it'll be a free 5 yards for Philly.
Okay. And the neutral zone, encroachment, okay, encroachment defense. What number was that? Number 90, 40? No, number 40. Okay. Encroachment defense, number 90, making contact with the offensive player in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Christian Sicoli called for jumping off sides, and what started as good field position for Philadelphia gets even better.
Good. 33. 180. Rotate.
Cookus connects. Rolling. Another first down. He took a big hit afterwards, but he picked up 11 first.
He makes a really nice move here. He's got one-on-one coverage. So first of all, what you're going to get is you're going to get this win, and then he's got to avoid this safety. So when the safety comes up, watch him. He's going to read the eyes of the quarterback. That ball's got to be complete, and you know you're going to get hit. It takes a lot of courage. Roland was able to secure that ball, get the line to gain, and hang on through the contact of Rutledge.
Stars first of the game. Cookus over the middle. Devin Gray, another big hit, separates him from the ball. And they've said he caught it and fumbled afterwards. Now they're saying no catch. That's Donald Rutledge. Back-to-back big blows by Rutledge. They're calling this one an incompletion.
Yeah, you're going to get the same type of contact right here.
It's an incomplete pass.
Philly is trying to work the middle of that field, and Rutledge, you can see, is just playing that heavy safety position where he's coming down hard. I agree with that, though. I don't think there was an element of time there to secure, make a football move before Rutledge was able to dislodge the ball.
Back-to-back plays, Rutledge bringing the wood.
And by the way, you're doing it exactly how you want to. Clean contact, clean, head to the side. You know, all these rules, whether it's at the college level or the NFL level, you know, throughout football, everywhere, and clearly also here in the USFL, paying dividends over the last few years. They have changed the strike zone and the hitting patterns, in particular of defensive backs.
180. Rotate.
Cookus finds a man out of the backfield is Colburn, his running back, and Colburn gets a first down, gain of 11.
Well, what they do here is that they're able to run this linebacker off, and because of that, what you can do is you can get your running back going that way. So when the defense reacts, the quarterback makes a good read, and then he's able to go up and get the first down. Nice little offensive series here. So even though they can't run it all that effectively, they've pieced together this drive. They got the benefit of that penalty, the offside, and then after that turnover from Bahar, they're marching it here inside the 15.
Philadelphia trying to turn the turnover into points. Clock winding down. Colburn skips his way out for a gain of 4. And that might be the final play of this opening quarter. Looks like it is. And so Houston came out of the gate, scored on its opening possession on a big 33-yard run by Mark Thompson. Philadelphia trying to answer their best field position of the game so far. They're at the 10-yard line and knocking on the door, trying to tie this thing at 7.
Why did we choose Safeway? We were loading our SUV when crack. Safelite came right to us, and we could see exactly when they'd arrive. With the replacement we could trust. That's service the way we want it.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500.
So diabetes, this changes things, huh? Hey, a lot of people in your corner, including Walgreens.
But do I have to give up sweets?
If you work out a diet plan, nothing is off limits.
You dropped it.
I don't know if I can afford all these prescriptions. We've got discount programs. You've got options.
I'm just glad I have you to talk to about this.
That's what I'm here for.
This CGM, still getting used to it.
Let's take a look.
When you need to talk diabetes, our pharmacists are here.
When everything hurts, but you've got to carry on. Your body needs the fast, warming relief of Tidal Roll-On.
I got immediate relief, and it lasts. Within a few minutes, I was able to start feeling the effects of it.
The powerful Tidal formulation that features plant-powered ingredients and lidocaine was developed to help world-class athletes with their pain, soreness, and full body recovery.
Tidal is for everyone dealing with daily aches and pains, no matter what they do.
I really like the Tidal Roll-On because it has a 6-point massage applicator that helps loosen up the joints and muscles by providing this heat therapy, and that increases blood flow for maximum pain relief.
With the activities that I do with my son, it's definitely a must carry.
It smells really nice, it absorbs quickly, and I can just go about my day.
Tidal Massaging Heat Therapy Roll-On. Available at Target. Visit Tidal.com for locations and the full line of Tidal products.
It starts with a grill, but it becomes so much more. An extension of your home. Not just a weekend retreat, but an everyday getaway right in your backyard. New Age makes it possible with beautiful all-weather cabinetry, grills, and appliances that transform your backyard into a complete outdoor kitchen. Visit NewAgeProducts.com to book a free design consultation and create the outdoor living space you've always wanted.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. On the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Well, Detroit, Michigan, one of the 4 hub communities in the USFL this season, along with Canton, Ohio, Memphis, and Birmingham. And the Philadelphia Stars call this home. Right now, Houston trying to avoid having this turnover become a huge disaster. Handoff exchange, turned the ball over at the 44-yard line. Philadelphia took it over from there. And right now, as we get ready to start the second quarter, find themselves at the 10 with a chance to even this up. Best protection of the day for Cookus. And he's going to get him down to the 5-yard line. 5 more. 3rd and short.
They're trying to run a little corner and then back into the post, but watch the defense from Houston. See, they're playing inside leverage right here, and then they just don't move. That's where Cookus wanted to go, and he had to kind of float away to that right side and find Roland. It's a nice job by the defense over there. That defensive secondary, in particular, the safety on that side.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Solid.
Matt Colburn gets it and more. Touchdown, Stars. This run game has been so ineffective all season long, but it comes up there.
Boy, I tell you what, that right side of the offensive line, Jacob Burton right here, the guard, and then the tackle as well, Arion Service. Watch this double team and that movement right there. That's where Colburn is able to find some movement, and then he's able to just bang into the end zone. You've got to get movement on double teams. That's exactly what the Stars were able to do, and Arion Service and Jacob Burton providing that lane for Colburn to plow his way into the end zone.
Colburn, his second rushing touchdown of the season. Louis Aguiar adds the extra point, and that turnover winds up being a costly one for Houston and a beneficial one for the Stars. That's the difference in the ball game right now. We're all tied at 7.
How do we demonstrate our unmovable strength? Nope. How do we show that we'll stand tall through the storms? Nah. How do we make our clients feel secure and, not lions? We do it with our people. People who've been looking after people for over 170 years.
Bad bed makes for bad back. Bravo, junk sleep.
During Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, save up to 50% on top brands like Sleepy's Queen mattresses starting at $179.99.
Shop now at Mattress Firm.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
For memories that last and produce that lasts longer too, only Frigidaire's Crisp Seal Fresh Crispers have an antioxidant filter to help you waste less food. Frigidaire.
Who says there's anything wrong with a little snack between meals? Not me. Hey, sometimes our bodies need little fuel-ups throughout the day. And today's Atkins is all about good energy snacks for any time, anywhere. Amazing snack bars. Caramel chocolate nut roll, anyone? Or how about a big soft cookie? You can even snack on a bag of protein chips. If you're watching your carbs and sugar, you'll want to check them all out. You don't have to be doing Atkins all the time to snack on Atkins anytime.
With Circle, your water is deliciously flavored at the turn of a dial with 0 sugar and 0 calories. And Circle has over 40 flavors, so your water can be as unique as you are. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
America's best Mother's Day food gifts are shipping nationwide. So if you want Jacques Torres' signature chocolates, Ina Garten's decadent chocolate cake, or world-famous French macarons, Goldbelly it. Free shipping nationwide.
What if I told you that a performance shirt could be equally technical and ridiculously comfortable? At FreeFly, we made it our mission to keep you comfortable while doing the things you love outside. Our secret sauce? Proprietary fabric blends made from bamboo. Beyond being buttery soft, bamboo has natural UPF protection, wicks moisture, and has antimicrobial properties. Welcome to the new world of performance apparel. Comfort on, adventure out.
A third kid? What if she likes playing golf? It's expensive. We're outlawing golf. Wait, can I still play?
Since we work with Empower, we don't have to worry about planning for a third kid. You can still play golf. Sometimes.
Take control of your financial future to empower what's next.
Kelvin Bryant, Sam Mills, two of the great players back in the history of the Philadelphia Stars from the original USFL. Of course, Sam Mills went on to play in the NFL and found himself in the Pro Football Hall of Fame posthumously. There's Matt Colburn adding his names to Stars lore with a touchdown run to tie the game up.
The Stars historically, they've been in every championship game.
Yes. So yeah, they have. 3 for 3.
This is a proud USFL organization. And a nice job, by the way, answering there. Obviously, costly turnover for Houston. And then they are able, though, the Stars, to just turn around and create points. And that's exactly what you got to do, is take advantage of those opportunities, and they did.
Louis Aguiar kicking it off, back deep, Anthony Ratliff-Williams. Dangerous return man for Houston. Looking for blocks, won't find any. Chris Rowland, the first guy to get there. Let's get it down to Devin Gardner.
Hey, guys, first I want to say, when I first came up to you, you said, every time I'm here, you score. So firstly, you're welcome.
Appreciate that.
But secondly, how were you guys able to get the run game going on that last drive?
And we just had to trust it up front. We
when you're running the ball, you know, not everyone is going to be a home run. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes time for O-line, the running backs, the quarterback, everybody to get in sync. So, you know, we just trusted our assignment, our technique, and, you know, it just hit.
I think they're going to want to lean on you for the rest of this game. Did you eat your pickles today?
I had a whole jar.
That's what I'm talking about. Good luck for the rest of the day.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right. We'll get back to his pickle story in a second because there's a new quarterback for Houston, and Terry Wilson carries it on the very first snap.
Let's take a look at this play, first of all, from behind the offense. Terry Wilson, it's the same zone read that we had that they just fumbled off, but he's going to get the defensive end crashing down. Good block right there, 42. Clint Sig comes around, opens up that outside, and Terry Wilson played his college ball in New Mexico. He's 6'2", 207. It's his second year with Houston. He's been in NFL mini camps, by the way, with a few different organizations, including Dallas. So, Kurt, now we're going to go back to Kenji Bahar, though.
Obviously, a package just for Terry on that last play as Bahar goes to the air, down the sideline. Got a man. Did he get both feet down is the question. Anthony Ratliff-Williams, and he does. Another big game by this Houston offense, this time at 17.
Boy, this is a small window to try to fit that ball by Bahar. Watch Bahar as he's going over to his left, and he's got to get this ball over some defenders and then into that hole. What a great throw. See that over the defender into the hole, and then do we get control and feet down? It looks like he did. Anthony Ratliff-Williams, there's control, both feet, controls it going through the process of going to the ground. That is excellent execution.
Bahar, time, over the middle, and that's caught. Theo Redding, and he will move the chains again. And other than that turnover, this has been a good start for this Houston offense.
They have been in rhythm. They dropped the ball, Bahar did, on that one play. He would have run for a long time. And as an offense and a coaching staff, what you have to do, they come over onto the sideline. I know it's 7-7. Everyone can. It's just like, listen, we're fine. Everything that we want to do is available to us. Terry Wilson back in the game.
Trio. Blue 18. Blue 18.
This time he hands it off. Mark Thompson. And Thompson going to be stopped after a short 3-yard gain. What do you think about the shifting of the quarterbacks when you got a quarterback who's in rhythm like Bahar?
Well, you know, I think that what they see is that Terry Wilson maybe can attack a weakness in the defense a little bit better than Kenji Bahar. And so as I've always been the believer, like, as long as the quarterbacks are both playing different roles within the system, I don't mind it. But if it's two guys trying to execute the same things, then no one can get a rhythm.
What's coming? Bahar read it perfectly and threw it just a little bit too hot for his tight end Peterson to bring up a third down.
Let's see where they go on third down here.
You were good. That would have been good. Come on. Hey, gun fix right Quizno, 22 paint, wide read, X Mars, on one, ready? X Mars. I got listen, come on. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, Mike 55, Mike 55. Liz. Ready? 180. 180.
Bahar underneath gets the first down. Needed 7 yards. Connects with Kiki Chisholm and gets 9.
I mean, you gotta love this. And we've seen this a couple of times. Here's Chisholm. He's just gonna come in. He's gonna basically just post up. And Kurt, these types of concepts are so good in short yardage, in particular if you know you're going to get man, because all it takes is just a little separation and basically a box out right over the ball. And the only key is that the quarterback has to be ready to throw the ball on time. Bahar was. It's a completion and a first down.
And goal to go. Mark Thompson already run one in for a score. Does it again. Thompson's second rushing touchdown of this first half, and it gives Houston the lead again.
Whenever you get near the goal line, here's what you got to understand is that you're always going to have an unblocked player as a running back. So you got to be your own blocker. You can do it with speed or power. Thompson makes a decision early right there. He knows that safety is going to be unblocked. And what does he do? He decides to go with speed. And Evan Worthington cannot keep up. He beats him to the outside. Worthington, you've got to understand, is only 215. He's given up 20 pounds there to Thompson. There's a little false snap here on the point after attempt.
Legal snap. Number 57. Snap infraction number 57. Yeah. Snap infraction 57. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. We'll retry.
Kurt, the safety there is giving up 20 pounds, so he's gearing himself up for a physical confrontation. Well, guess what? He's not going to be as fast, so Thompson just beats him to the outside. That combination of power and speed is very rare, and it's one of the reasons why he's averaging 9.5 yards per carry.
Well, especially after you've already seen him be physical in this game, bounce off a couple of tacklers. You expect that again. He doesn't bring it. He brings speed around the outside, and it's a 10-yard touchdown. And the extra point is blocked. Special teams coming up big. I believe that was Carson Taylor getting the block on Vogel's kick. Nonetheless, Mark Thompson puts Houston back in front. His touchdown run makes it a 13-7 lead, even with the missed extra point.
The first time your sales reached 100K with GoDaddy was also the first time your profits left you speechless. At the counter or on the go, save 20% with the lowest transaction fees and keep more of what you make. Start saving today at GoDaddy.com.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. On the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Before and Bath Fitter. Now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
What happens if you ever need to miss work for a long period of time?
Why would I miss work?
I don't know. You could sprain your ankle, throw out your back.
Get hit by a school bus.
Or a regular bus.
Get kicked by a horse. Fall off a ladder.
Bathtub mishap.
Polio.
Boating accident. Stuck by a fork.
Rabies.
Wolves.
Scurvy.
Talk to us about disability income insurance today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual.
AG1 by Athletic Greens gives you the daily nutrients that form the foundation for your health routine. It's made with the highest quality ingredients, put through the strictest quality testing standards, so everybody can own their health. Start your journey at athleticgreens.com.
Saturday, May 13th, bring the whole squad out to Ford Field for Family Day when the Maulers take on your Panthers. Let's go. Ripping and roaring. Grab your seats today for a great day of family-friendly pro football. Touchdown, Panthers! There's Panther Claws and special events for the kids. They're fired up. This crowd's ready to go. Fantastic seats get you right next to the action for just $10. Buy your tickets today at theusfl.com.
Today's game is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. By Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. And by Hyundai. It's your journey. Back at Ford Field in downtown Detroit, where the Houston Gamblers have ridden their running back Mark Thompson to the early lead here. Thompson didn't play the first 2 weeks. Came back last week, had 2 rushing touchdowns. Today, he's got 2 rushing touchdowns in less than 20 minutes of play.
And then this rush offense overall has just been tremendous today. 9 carries so far, 76 yards, basically 8.5 per carry against this Philadelphia team, which has struggled stopping the run the last couple of weeks.
And so now the pressure is on this Philadelphia offense again. Chris Rowland. And let's get it down to the sideline where Devin Gardner's with the Houston head coach.
Coach, the offense looked extremely efficient, and sometimes when a quarterback's in a good rhythm, you don't want to take him out and put him in, but you guys are using that 2-quarterback system as a part of your offense. How are you guys able to have it and keep you guys in rhythm?
You know what? It's what we practice. It's what our philosophy is. We want as many guys to play as they can. We want to use their skills. Terry is an extremely good runner. I like to see him pass some also, but, man, our rhythm is pretty good right now.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
We're good.
Thank you, Coach Johnson. Philadelphia now on offense. That's Dexter Williams. Williams only going to pick up a couple of yards. And, you know, it's not surprising when you look at this Houston offense and what Curtis Johnson's been able to do. One of the better offensive coaches in the National Football League at the wide receiver position. Also coached the University of Miami. A lot of those big-name wide receivers down there like Andre Johnson back in the day.
Well, and he was a great recruiter, by the way. He recruited Marshall Faulk to San Diego State, Ed Reed to Miami. They were both from Johnson's native New Orleans, of course. But, you know, I think that this rhythm that we're seeing from Houston is in part due to his late arrival. You know, when you look at this offseason, you know, Kevin Sumlin was the head coach of Houston. He got a great opportunity to go and be the offensive coordinator from Mike Locksley at Maryland. He decided to take that opportunity. So Curtis Johnson came in, and I would say kind of fairly late in the process. Well, because of that, early in the season, I didn't feel like Houston had any rhythm yet. But what you're starting to see is an identity form. Controlled passing game, a little two-quarterback system mixed in with some athletes on the outside, and a big, powerful runner in Mark Thompson. And that offensive philosophy right now is paying dividends because they look really good right now.
And putting pressure on Philadelphia like this defense is. Second sack for this Gamblers defense. And we talked about Cook as being the most sacked quarterback in the league. He's already given up 2 today. Reggie Walker this time bringing him down.
Well, and the pressure initially is from the other side. Walker's going to get in there and get the sack, but it's Bingham who's in there, and he's third in the USFL in sacks, and he just beats the tackle on the outside, and he basically has a meet me at the quarterback party with Reggie Walker. Meet me back there.
And they met. And unless it's been a turnover, it's been 3 and out for Philadelphia on offense. This is Justin Hall. Down the sideline. He's got speed if he can get away, but he takes a big hit from Chris Rowland. Well, Darius Wiley hanging on to slow him down, and Rowland made him pay. But it'll be good field position to start for this Gamblers offense, which as long as they're not shooting themselves in the foot, they've been able to put it in the end zone each time.
So diabetes, this changes things, huh? Hey, a lot of people in your corner, including Walgreens.
But do I have to give up sweets?
If you work out a diet plan, nothing is off limits.
You dropped it.
I don't know if I can afford all these prescriptions. We've got discount programs. You've got options.
I'm just glad I have you to talk to about this.
That's what I'm here for.
This CGM, still getting used to it.
Let's take a look.
When you need to talk diabetes, our pharmacists are here.
Stop waiting in line at drive-thrus just to place an order. Use the Domino's app on Apple CarPlay instead.
Okay, what should we get?
Ooh, pineapple! Mushroom! Carry out any large one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you use the Domino's app on Apple CarPlay. Enjoy.
Water doesn't have to be boring. With over 40 delicious flavors, Circle starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
Create amazing work with Fiverr. All you need is your team and a talented freelancer who will lend a hand and seamlessly join your team from just about anywhere. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
This is Wise. 50 currencies, 170 countries, one account to take on the world. Take on Rio. Take on Rome. Take on work. And take on play. Take on this, and this, and spend, send, receive. Take on the world with Wise. Download the app today.
Introducing your new favorite shirt, the Lightweight Hoodie. Crafted with an ultra-light, quick-dry fabric, has exceptional breathability, natural sun protection, and is made from buttery soft bamboo for unmatched comfort. Your go-to summer hoodie has arrived.
This is a Floyd bed frame. Timeless design, enduring materials, simple to assemble, the Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com.
You know him, you love him, you follow what he says, right? Chris DeBear Felica, our resident gambling expert, has started this USFL season on fire. Don't miss his Week 4 picks. Check him out at foxsports.com right now and the Fox Sports app. And look at this. These are his picks for this week. The man is 9-4.
Yeah, and by the way, he's in. He's in on his own bet. So like he's got skin in the game. This is not just like OPM, other people's money.
Yeah,
like he's in. You know, like I love it. So he's watching. So Bear, listen, you got over 44.5. Houston offense is trying to do it for you. Already 13. Now they're back on the field and they've been very efficient so far. We'll see if they can get down the field here in the late stages of the second quarter and create another score.
3 possessions. They fumbled once, but 2 touchdowns otherwise. Both by the guy who's carrying it now, Mark Thompson.
I love the formations in football and what they're trying to do. So watch here. You're going to have a tight end here. You got a fullback, and then you bring your wide receivers in tight. And what that does is it's forcing the defense to declare how many safeties that they want in the box, right? A lot of times what you'll see is that they'll then put 2 safeties back there, but the corners can't get in too tight. And so that declaration then helps out the offense in determining what they want to do.
Quick pass, Thompson out of the backfield. Looks like he got enough for that first down. Between the formations and the microphones on players, I mean, you really nerd out here in the SFL.
I mean, I love
this is
football,
your league, man.
Right? Let stack, V fine, 35 duo on 1. Ready? Let stack, yeah.
35 duo is a run concept. So generally what happens is that you're going to get double teams all down here, and then your back is going to try to find his hole and then pick it.
They do that. Thompson bounces it outside, lowers his shoulder, and picks up another first down. Monty Dennis taking the blow on the other side. High fives, he's low fives, but whatever, congratulations.
You look at, you got a tight end, you got 2 tight ends, and you've got a wide receiver on that side, plus your guard and your tackle, right? So you're just overloading that left side with gaps, and they don't have enough players over there. I mean, see, stopping the run is all about gap control. What does gap control mean? Well, you've got to have enough players to defend every gap on that side of the ball. And Kurt, on that time with 2 tight ends and a wide receiver, they just didn't have enough bodies.
Here's Shamari Jones getting to carry, and he's caught in the backfield. Cody Brown brings him down.
Trying to create a little pressure here. And you're going to get a blitz off the edge. There's the safety, Cody Brown, and he's able to get in the backfield before Jones could even get started.
It's amazing how much more aggressive that defense is when Thompson's out and Jones is in. A little bit more willing to commit, maybe.
Hey, what's the inside game? Ready.
Empty backfield on 2nd and 11. Bahar thrust out. Finds a man and gets another first as Peterson goes airborne. Down inside the 5-yard line, and the tight end with another big gain for this offense, 23 yards on that one.
Peterson executes scramble rules perfectly. He's got a route that's basically over the ball, but as soon as the quarterback breaks contain and runs out of the pocket, if you're in the mid-level route, you run with the quarterback to the side. He runs with the quarterback, finds space, and Bahar is able to find it. That's not a designed route. That's the scramble rules. He's in mid-tier right there. He runs with the QB to stay in phase with him, and he's got a completion, and he goes airborne inside the 5.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Thompson thinking about a 3rd touchdown. Philadelphia stops him, though, for a yard loss.
They just have to commit everybody that they have. They've got to go straight man on the outside and commit all their resources to trying to stop Thompson on the interior.
Look at the difference there.
That is wild. 208 yards to 27 so far today through this first quarter and a half.
Hey, Mike 40, ready? 180. 180.
High, incomplete. Pass intended for Redding. No flags on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
So Houston expected exactly what I was talking about. Man on the outside. They're committing all their resources, so then they attack on the outside. And Amani Dennis does a great job of getting right through that catch zone. And Redding cannot get up and make that catch. See, as he plays right through his hands, great job in coverage. Maybe gets away with a little contact. Bahar wants the flag, not going to get it. And he'll come back here on 3rd and goal.
Clock. 180.
With the play clock winding down, Houston decides to call a timeout.
Get the personnel win. All right. No, I'm just saying for them, get the personnel win.
We got it. Relax.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. Hey, who we got?
Yeah.
This is the Sway X Colorado.
Yeah. Sway X Colorado. His ass, I'm going there. It's F2.
You want out 11 or 12? 2-12. Got it.
Yeah. After punch right, 52 Sway X Colorado.
Go call it. Get him in.
Hey, come on.
Call it right here.
Hey, call it right here.
Call it right here.
Nick, come here.
2 timeouts left, Nick.
Huh? Come on, hurry up. Come here. Nick, come on, bro.
He's out.
He's out? Okay. Okay, all right, bet. I ain't know that. Hey, come on. Hey, we're going F the bunch right, 52 Sway, X Colorado, Y space, and Z upright on 1. Ready?
All right, so you hear this spacing. This is called an X tag. If he gets one-on-one with the X receiver, it's away from strength. It's going to be a bunch to his right side. He's got a single receiver to his left. If he gets one-on-one coverage, which he's got, what he's going to do is he's going to work this one-on-one right here in a Colorado route. If he feels like 21, the safety, is dipping out and back, then he'll go play spacing to the right.
8th play of the drive. Bahar steps into an easy throw. Ratliff Williams with a touchdown.
This is a great read by Bahar. He's got the one-on-one option to his left, Kurt, but he doesn't like this safety right here. You see the safety, Cody Brown? He's going to dip back and create a double team on that side. So what does he do? He goes and plays the spacing on this side, and he's got a Z-dagger on that side, throws it right on time, one-on-one. Great win on the outside. Ratliff Williams with a terrific route. The ball is thrown accurately. Boom, touchdown, Houston. That's a quarterback seeing the field extremely well and executing at a high level.
Well, we said at the start of the broadcast that Kenji Bahar and this offense seem to be getting better each and every week. You can't get much better than they've been today. 3 touchdowns on 4 possessions, and they're beginning to open it up in Detroit. Right now, it's a 20-7 lead. And there's still 4.5 minutes left in the first half.
Introducing Astapro Allergy. Now available without a prescription, Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While Flonase takes hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
I'm your overly competitive brother.
Check.
Psych.
Really? Dude, that's a foul.
But now you're ready to settle a score. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate.
Let New Age products transform your garage into an area of your home you can be proud of. Modular steel cabinets let you pick and choose the storage solutions to keep your garage organized. With overhead racks and shelving, slat wall, workstations, and flooring that let you create a showroom garage to call your own. Designed for DIY installation, all you need is one weekend to take your garage from unusable to unbelievable. Visit us at newageproducts.com.
Meet Barkley. He's part pit bull, part Labrador, and part masterpiece. Meet the new Bissell Revolution Hydro Steam. It's part deep cleaner, part pre-treater, part stubborn stain remover, and part peacemaker. Every purchase saves pets, like Barkley. Bissell, a new breed of clean.
Who says there's anything wrong with a little snack between meals? Not me. Hey, sometimes our bodies need little fuel-ups throughout the day. And today's Atkins is all about good energy snacks for any time, anywhere. Amazing snack bars. Caramel chocolate nut roll, anyone? Or how about a big soft cookie? You could even snack on a bag of protein chips. If you're watching your carbs and sugar, you'll want to check them all out. You don't have to be doing Atkins all the time to snack on Atkins anytime.
Bathfitter is a better way to remodel your tub. A custom-made, watertight fit and high-quality materials mean a beautiful tub and a great value. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The Birmingham Stallions battle the Pittsburgh Maulers.
See you later.
The USFL, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
Next Level Chef is all about competitiveness.
Go time!
Where are we going?
Top level, Chef.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're on the top. I want to stay here.
Do I want to take down Gordon Ramsay? Of course. Oh.
Medic.
Medic.
We're coming up there.
See you never.
We on Next Level Chef, baby.
Hurry up! Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
Next Level Chef, Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu. Wednesdays on Fox. 4 small-town farmers welcome big city women
I'm moving in.
for a chance at love in the heartland.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for you.
If Yellowstone and The Bachelor had a baby, it would be this reality show unlike any other.
So what made you want to do this?
No matter how content you are by yourself, there's just still something missing.
I love everything about him.
I would really love it if you would join me in this journey.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Well, this is the first game of the weekend, which means more USFL action starting tonight, 7:30 Eastern on NBC. The Memphis Showboats will take on the Michigan Panthers. And then tomorrow at 3 Eastern, it'll be the New Orleans Breakers battling the New Jersey Generals on NBC. Followed at 6:30 on FS1 with the champion Birmingham Stallions taking on the Pittsburgh Maulers. And right now in Detroit, it is Houston in firm control. Anthony Ratliff-Williams with the last and latest touchdown for this Gamblers offense. And Joel, Devin, there's 4.5 minutes left in the first half, so still plenty of football left to play, but this starts to feel like an important drive for Philly.
Oh, it's a vital drive, in particular with their lack of success so far offensively. They got the short field and they were able to get a touchdown off of it. But if they've had to drive the length of the field, they've done virtually nothing so far in this first half offensively.
Here's Chris Rowland, runs into his own man and finally forced out of bounds. He's on the sideline right now, so too is our Devin Gardner with a guest.
Yeah, you had a race route, right? And this offense has been moving smoothly. It looks super easy. Explain what you saw out there and how you were able to execute.
So I felt like it was 2 man. I know I had man on my side, so I had the race route. So I'm tight split. So I had to give him a little release, got outside of him. I felt him on my back heel. He was inside of me. So I know I had to give him a little move at the top, little to the corner, back line, get across the middle, and it's wide open. Baby touchdown every time.
Hey, Devin, is
a
that
little
a technical
to the corner?
Is that a technical term? A little.
Is that a technical term? A little.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. The guys be talking about it. That's a little move at the top. We got to name it a little something spicy. So.
All right, Joe. Make sure you put that in the broadcast. Give him a little at the top.
I'm gonna try. Oh, my goodness.
In honor of Cinco de Mayo weekend, a little spicy, too,
yeah,
right?
It was a little spicy.
There you go.
Listen, but the problem is Devin, and you know this, I've got, like, negative swag as it relates to Ratliff-Williams, right? Like I can't do that. He's got swag. He's got charisma. I'm just a nerdy football guy.
Good.
The Stars need a little a lot of something right now. 2nd and 9. Cook is under pressure, lofts it up, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this offense has now gone 3 and out on 3 of their first 4 drives, and a lot of it has just been pressure. This has been the story of the entire season, but the ball needs to come out. See how he's holding that ball? Part of it is they're trying to run the wheel route rather than just take the flat. You know, like at times, coaches and quarterbacks want to try to get everything back right away. Well, when you do that, you expose yourself to hits rather than just taking what the defense is going to give.
Downfield, through the hands of his running back Colburn, who had a step on the defender Manny Bunch, and instead it's another 3 and out.
Well, and this is again low percentage throw, 1-on-1, just trying to take a big shot down the field. They're trying to run down the field, and this is good coverage, really good coverage. Thought the ball was decently thrown, but Manny Bunch was just fighting through the hands right there, and Matt Colburn didn't have a chance. And by the way, you talk about low percentage, trying to throw down the field in the middle of pressure to your running back.
Yeah.
And that's just not where you're going to make a lot of efficiency here.
Justin Hall slips a tackle, not for long. If you want to know the story of this game so far, Philadelphia has had it 5 times. They've had 4 3-and-outs. Houston has had it 4. This is their 5th. And they've scored touchdowns on 3 of the 4. So why don't we crank it up here to see what they do on this possession?
Here we go. Hey, we're going gun, fin left off, 16 wide stutter on one. Ready? Fin left off, 16 wide stutter.
Top of spear.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready? Blue 80. Blue 80 tight.
Topper Z speed. Fix right close.
Third down, call.
Hey, come on. Hey, we're going to fix right close, waggle 5 topper Z spear on one.
We'll go to Trey, open flutie escape. Yeah.
Hey, Mike 50.
Hey, 11 on.
Hey, I'm going A40. Ready? A40.
Cross flat to the left.
Wide 80. Wide 80. Tight.
Personnel, 11. Go back to the toy. Gun toy left, 23 paint, F option. Let's go. Gun toy left, 23 paint, F option.
I love how they were having a conversation.
Gun toy left, 23 paint, F option. On two, ready?
You had the coordinator, Eric Price, and head coach, Curtis Johnson, having a conversation about the third down call before the second down call,
Mike 50,
and play was even run. I loved it.
Water. Ready? Wide 80. Wide 80 side.
So Justin Hall drops what would have been a first down, and one of the rare 3-and-outs for this Houston Gamblers offense, first they've had all day, and first time this Stars defense has made a stop, and they do have time here maybe to get some points here before halftime.
Just a bit behind Justin Hall on that option route.
Hunter Nicewander on the punt, just signed this week after Andrew Galich broke his foot, and he's done for the season. Big booming punt to start off, and a big booming hit laid on Corey Coleman, who's back to return it. Isaiah Chambers, I make it Tolson, pardon me. 57 yards on the punt. 11 on the return, and Tolson with a big hit.
Physical special teams play right there. Coleman stopped right in his tracks, and we'll crank it up here with Philadelphia here as they are going to bleed inside of 2 minutes.
Here we go, on two. Rex rope, curl under, on two, ready?
Hey, 44, okay?
Here we go, pepper.
Yeah, hey, stay here, 44, okay?
Waiting. Right, time.
Cook is hit and brought down. Sack number 3. And there's Isaiah Chambers. 3 sacks by 3 different Gamblers already.
Just beats the tackle straight up. Cookus has no chance here. He's trying to get the ball down the field, read a little mesh route, throw a curl behind it,
here we go.
And he's drilled in the back.
Rex rip, snake mesh, on one, ready?
That will take us to the 2-minute warning. And what a first half it has been for the Gamblers. Their defense has stood tall, and their offense has made it pay. Right now, the Gamblers in firm control. But Philadelphia trying to help us out and make it a game with 2 minutes left in the first half.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500.
Why did we choose Safelite? We were loading our SUV when crack. Safelite came right to us, and we could see exactly when they'd arrive. With the replacement we could trust. That's service the way we want it.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Meet Norman. He's part Chihuahua, part Jack Russell, and part tornado. Meet the new Bissell Crosswave Hydro Steam. It's part vacuum, part mop, part steam-powered all-in-one cleaner, and part Tornado Chaser. Every purchase saves pets, like Norman. Bissell, a new breed of clean.
This is Wise. 50 currencies, 170 countries, one account to take on the world. Take on Rio. Take on Rome. Take on work. And take on play. Take on this, and this, and spend, send, receive. Take on the world with Wise. Download the app today.
When you know it's time to get back in shape, Total Gym makes it easy to take the first step, then the second, and the third. It works your entire body with over 80 different exercises. Using your body weight as resistance, it delivers cardio and strength training in every workout. Total Gym won't just change how you feel, it'll change your future. Total Gym is ready to ship. Get yours today. Go to TotalGymDirect.com for special offers.
First, there's an idea, and you do something about it for the first time with GoDaddy. Then, before you know it, you make your first sale. Small business first never stop coming. And you have a partner that always puts you first. Start today at GoDaddy.com.
We are 2 minutes on the game clock. From the Progressive Halftime Show, we'll have all the highlights from this first half, and it will be Houston heavy as the Gamblers have been in control. Right now, though, Philadelphia with a long way to go. Ball on their 17, 2 minutes on the clock. They've got 2 timeouts, but the clock does stop inside the 2-minute warning while they remark the ball for first downs, after first downs. Cookus rolling, and he's wrapped up right away. Manny Bunch with the tackle. And it will be 3rd and long again.
Give this defensive line a lot of credit. Providing pressure allows everybody else to just drop back into coverage.
Well, I can do the math on that. A yard of play.
Rex, rip draw on the double, right? Double.
It has been a struggle for Philadelphia offensively so far this afternoon.
Whitey! Rotate! Good. 14. Whitey! Rotate!
Draw play. Dexter Williams, he's going to be stopped far short of the first down. And right now, Houston has to be thinking about getting the ball back and adding to it.
You bet, and that's why Curtis Johnson, it looks like, took a timeout right there. Try to retain some of that game clock so that his offense can get back on the field here. Looks like they'll get it with about minute 2, maybe right at a minute left.
All right, here we go. That's smart. Steve Blue. That's really smart.
This Houston defense has done so well today. That's Chris Wilson, the defensive coordinator. Chris and his game plan has been outstanding. One of the things that he's done, you can tell, is he's given the game to his front 4 and his front 7. He said, hey guys, you guys go dominate, and he's played soft coverage behind it. I think it's really smart because one of the things that they had been struggling with over the course of the first few weeks was giving up big plays. Well, what do big plays do? They take the game out of your front 7's hands, so you back up your coverage a little bit and allow them to just win, snap in and snap out, and it's been a great formula so far.
Aguiar. And the third catch is made by Justin Hall at the 46-yard line. And here's where Bahar and company will take over. And part of this story today has been the play of their defense.
Well, and it's, again, that front 7. They've been stopping the run early, and then they've been able to provide some pressure right there. And all of it with what I would consider to be like a light front 7, a light box. They've been playing 2 safeties back. So these Stars wide receivers don't have any free room to run. And then they're trying to continue to throw these deep passes, the Stars are, and Houston gets home with the rush, and then the rush shows up. Bingham and Chambers, these guys have won up front, and they have been absolutely sensational so far here in the first half.
And let's see how their offense finishes this first half. Little sidearm pass by Bahar out to Kiki, and Kiki Chisholm down the sideline, still going, stays in bounds. Philadelphia missed him, and he goes to the house. 54 yards on the run after the catch for the touchdown.
This is as easy as it gets. You got the under route coming across, and the key to this is being able to run after the catch. And why do you run after the catch? Because of timing and ball placement. See how that ball is out in front of him? He's able to run through it. And then it's just about effort. And this is really poor effort from the Stars right there. That's secondary. That's not good effort. They have got to get him down onto the ground. He's able to break a couple of tackles, get back to the inside, and score.
Houston has had the ball 6 times in the first half. They put up 4 touchdowns, and they've done it a variety of ways.
There's that ball placement I was talking about. Timing plus ball placement equals yards after the catch. But then on defense, the whole key to defense is get yourself aligned and then fly around to the football. And when you get to the football, you arrive with a bad attitude. That's how you play quality defense, right? Like, schematics can sometimes be thrown out the door. At times, you've just got to go out there and fly around, pursue the ball with effort. The Stars did not on that play, and Chisholm made him pay, and he dances into the end zone, and it has been all gamblers in this first half.
Chisholm had 44 yards receiving coming into this game through the first 3 weeks. He gets 54 and a touchdown on that one. And as you said, not a whole lot of effort by that Stars defense. And they're in a deep hole.
That's called a Pee-wee. Run to the ball. And that ain't going to be this group.
You can hear along the sideline with good reason. I think coach is not happy with the effort there. And it may be time to start talking about this Houston team in the South Division.
Oof. Tell you what, they look awfully good in the South Division. By the way, it looks fairly deep. 3 teams have been impressive so far in this early season. Obviously, Birmingham, defending champ. They're trying to come off of a loss. They'll play tomorrow against Pittsburgh. New Orleans looks pretty good. McLeod Bethel-Thompson in that passing game, they were able to run it well last week. And now here, Houston finding their rhythm. First win last week in a tough game against Memphis. They get that 2-minute series late to score, go ahead and win the game. And then that has just carried over into this week against Philadelphia.
We'll take a look back at week 3 and some of those victorious teams and exciting plays as part of the Progressive Halftime Show. Coming up in 45 seconds on the game clock. And right now, Philadelphia just trying to survive. Cook is hit as he throws. And that pass caught by Devin Gray out past the first down marker to midfield. 15 yards, clock stops, they reset it.
33. Turbo touches.
Cook is hit from behind, and that forced him to throw it short, and it's a one-handed interception made by Eli Jones. Philadelphia going from bad to worse here at the end of the first half. What a catch by Jones.
That is as good as it gets.
I wasn't going for a ball. Stay alert. Stay alert. Stay up right now.
Jones is basically backpedaling here. He's trying to get back to that corner and goes up one-handed. Give me that, Odell. What a play. Jones with the pick. Everything going Houston's way.
There's still 21 seconds to go in this first half, and the way Philadelphia has gone, and maybe time. Bahar over the middle of the field, makes a catch. Radcliffe Williams down inside the 30, and Houston, here we come.
We're going to have to get up and clock this one. Outside release, he's getting that back to the middle of the field, and look at that. All that space is wide open. Bahar, what a throw.
And they stop the clock with 5 ticks left.
We're 5 seconds here. I don't think they can run a play, even with a timeout. You can't assume that you're going to run a play in just 5 seconds and still have time on the clock. So now they're going to have to trot out their kicker. And Nick Vogel, he missed an extra point earlier today. It was actually blocked, to be fair. Missed a 40-yarder last week in the 4th quarter. But last year was 5 of 6 from deep. He has the leg, Kurt.
This will be from 46 yards away. His long this season is 45. And it hits the upright. Well, very little has gone in favor of Philadelphia in this first half. A lot of it's been in special teams. Vogel has had a kick block. He misses that one after the turnover, and so the Stars survive it, and they get a chance to go into the locker room down only 20. Time for today's big move, brought to you by Pods.
Well, there was a lot to choose from, wasn't there? I mean, we could talk about the defense. We could talk about Bahar, who's been outstanding. But where did it start for Houston? It started when they got it going on the ground. This was their first touchdown, and it was the physical Mark Thompson beating 4 or 5 Philadelphia Stars and then dancing into the end zone. Great feet along the sideline, and that run game then opened up everything else in the passing game. Thompson has 8 carries for 62 yards, 7.8 per. He's got a couple of touchdowns. And because of that and the way that they started, everything became easier. Bahar was in rhythm, and this Gamblers team, they are on the move.
2 touchdown runs, 2 touchdown passes, 4 scores for this Gamblers offense right now. They go in the locker room up 27-7 at halftime over the Stars. We'll be back with a Progressive halftime right after this.
I got into debt in college, and no matter how much I paid, it followed me everywhere. So I consolidated it into a low-rate personal loan from SoFi.
Get a personal loan with low fixed rates and borrow up to $100K. SoFi, get your money right.
With Circle, your water is deliciously flavored at the turn of a dial with 0 sugar and 0 calories. And Circle has over 40 flavors, so your water can be as unique as you are. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
It starts with a grill, but it becomes so much more. An extension of your home. Not just a weekend retreat, but an everyday getaway right in your backyard. New Age makes it possible with beautiful all-weather cabinetry, grills, and appliances that transform your backyard into a complete outdoor kitchen. Visit NewAgeProducts.com to book a free design consultation and create the outdoor living space you've always wanted.
AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre- and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. Start your journey at athleticgreens.com.
I left my soul on the Pacific
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. On the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by USFL Enterprises for the private use of our audience. It may not be reproduced or transmitted in any form without express written consent of the USFL.
Just about ready to start the second half. Kenji Bahar, the quarterback of the Houston Gamblers. His offense, 300 yards in the first half. So not a whole lot to be disappointed in. They also have 4 touchdowns, and their head coach is standing by with our Devin Gardner.
Hey, Coach, a whole lot went right in that first half, but I want to know, what was the message in the locker room for you to improve on certain things?
You know what? One thing we got to do a better job of staying up on with the offensive line. Just stay up, move up. I think Kenji's playing a good game. Man, Mark's running. Those backs are doing well. You know, we just got to continue to do what we're doing. I think that's a good football team, but they're capable of coming back. They got a lot of weapons over there. Corey Coleman, the quarterback, all those guys are good over there.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, if you're looking for something to be motivated by as a Philadelphia fan, this Houston Gamblers defense allows the most second half points and the most fourth quarter points in the USFL.
Look at you. I'll tell you what, that's
trying, man.
The message I would. Well, I mean, that would have been mixed in with several other messages if I was Bart Andrus in that halftime.
What would be some of the other messages?
To be quite honest with you, the tougher job is Curtis Johnson right now, is to keep his team focused enough to play as efficient and execute at a high level like they were in the first half. Because listen, when you're blowing a team out like this, it can get very loose. And as soon as it gets loose, then the attention to detail starts to wane. And that's what I would be worried about if I was Curtis Johnson.
Well, Case Cookus in Philadelphia, we talked about the 300 yards of offense for Houston. Philadelphia has 44 yards of offense in the half, and most of that came on a possession. They took it over at midfield after a fumble, and they scored their only touchdown. And right now they are looking for a way to get back in this, and they'll have to actually watch as Houston will have the ball to start the second half. Dantez Alexander gets the return. And good starting field position once again for Kenji Bahar and the Houston Gamblers. Devin?
Hey guys, I talked to Coach Anderson in the locker room, and I was able to hear the speech. It was a passionate scene of there are no X's and O's. There's just passion, and you have to go out and play was his message. He said, there's nothing to talk about. We just got punched in the face, and we have to respond because this team is we're just as good as that other team across from us.
Problem is they got punched in the face several times. Shamari Jones getting the second half started, much like the first half went. A 9-yard run right out of the gate, but there is a flag.
Holding from the previous spot. This previous spot. Okay. Holding. Offense, number 51. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That is Natai Rogers.
You know, Natai, right before the half, told our Devin Gardner, hey, make sure the guys know how to say my name, Natai. And, well, Natai, I told you that the only way that I was going to say your name is if you committed a penalty. And that's exactly what happened. So, Natai Rogers, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Way to go, buddy.
Are you suggesting he did it on purpose to get us to pronounce his name?
He spoke it into existence as you take a look at those offensive leaders here for the Gamblers.
After the penalty, 1st and 20. Bahar to Jones out of the backfield.
To go along with what Devin was talking about with Philadelphia, Kurt, is, you know, in all honesty, as a coach, and this is a needed message every single day, and by the way, this is life. The only thing that you have complete control over in life or on a football field is your own effort level. And that's what Bart Andrus is going to be evaluating in this second half, is the effort level of his players.
Here comes the blitz. Mark Thompson, who had 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half, has a big run for a first down to get going with his first carry of the second half. Give him 15.
We're going to get a blitz right here from Sewell, but watch as Thompson is able to step away and then get to the right side. See, Sewell comes in on the blitz, and there's the tackle. He's able to just dance through it, breaks another tackle in the secondary. Guy is just hard to bring down. You know, Sewell is a pretty good player at linebacker, played his college ball at Nevada, but he just kind of slips off the legs of Thompson as Thompson is dancing into the secondary.
9 carries, 77 yards, and a couple of scores for Thompson already.
Hey, Mike 55, Mike 55. 31. Ready? I'm going 31. 180. 180.
From Philadelphia territory, Thompson stutter steps. Extra pushing afterwards. 7 yards on the run by Thompson.
This is that duo concept again, and look at what I'm talking about. You get like double teams, you got all of this. See all those extra players, tight end, fullback, wide receiver. There's just too many guys, which means there's too many gaps. And unless you commit your defensive backs to coming up and stop the run, then they're going to have an advantage, and that's exactly what happens right there on the nice run for the Gamblers.
Terry Wilson comes in at quarterback. Hands it off to Shamari Jones. And they bottle him up, give him 1 yard on that. Brings up third.
10.
Wilson back out, Bahar back in.
Hey, huddle. Hey, we going gun, empty right, bunch. 52-2 bump, X Falcon Z drive. 1-1, ready? Yes. Here we go. Yes, bro, come on.
Got an X tag out here. You've also got Z on a drive route. He's coming right across, and you got a basic over the top.
With time, right there at that first down spot is Ratliff Williams. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Bahar was slow to get up right there, and now Bahar is going to be limping off the field.
He can't even make it to the sideline. That is not a good look for this quarterback who has played so well the last 2 weeks.
And in particular today, how many times have I talked about him being in rhythm? As you see, the pass rush is coming down low and just gets caught under it as that right foot bends under Camp, the defensive end.
So who's it going to be? Tom? Could be Danny.
Guess it's all Maggie.
Should we have another one?
Talk to us about retirement today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual.
We're at the semifinal!
Fox Wednesday. It's the biggest showdown of the season.
They are electric!
You can't miss.
Unmasking is.
The Masked Singer semifinals, all new.
Holy moly!
Wednesday on Fox.
When animals are in danger.
This gentleman's bunnies ate his drugs.
Really? What kind?
Floppy-eared, fluffy.
No, the drugs. What kind of drugs?
One team.
We just got a 911 on a bear. Get this in a hot tub.
Did he turn the jets on?
Answers the call.
Oh, he's got a crazy look in his eye. Holy. It's huge. You grab the head.
Wait,
right
you
here.
grab the head.
No, you grab it.
Joel McHale.
You're fucking me now.
Animal Control. Thursdays on Fox or watch anytime on Hulu.
911, what's your emergency?
It's raining frogs!
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
Anybody ever seen anything like this?
I'm here to rescue you!
You just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen. You saved me. That's what we're here for.
911 Lone Star, all new Tuesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
And that's our progressive game flow so far. And there's Kenji Bahar, the quarterback for Houston, who has played so well today. Limping into the tent. They were looking at that lower right leg or ankle. So he's out right now. And you can see the emergency quarterback situation should something happen, as Terry Wilson is now in at QB for Houston.
Yep. Ready? Blue 18. Blue 18.
Wilson to the air, and that's caught by Peterson, and it will move the chains for Houston. Third catch today for Peterson.
Here's what I love about Eric Price is that you get a new quarterback in. What do you give him? The easiest throw possible. It's just a tight end over the ball. Have him read those linebackers. If they split, just give him the ball right now. That's called a Hank concept. So the tight end's over the ball. You've got crow routes on the outside. Eric Price doing a nice job. You got a new quarterback. Give him something easy to execute, and he did it well.
Gain of 13 to the 23.
Blue 18. Blue 18.
And the handoff taken by Shamari Jones. And Jones going to pick up 6.
It doesn't matter if it's Thompson or Jones. They're just breaking tackles. The tackling for the Stars has been really poor today. And these backs have done a nice job. And remember, they're big.
Gun red right. 12 read. F arc. On one. Ready?
All right, 12 read means that the back is going to be going this way. F is on an arc, so he's going to be blocking over here, and then the quarterback's going to read this defensive end.
Blue
Wilson keeps it. Cuts it back. He's caught in the backfield. Good open field tackle made by Cody Brown to bring up 3rd down.
See where they go here with Terry Wilson at QB.
Here we go. I got you. Here we go. Hey, we got flood right. F field, 34 base. On one. Ready?
Going back to the run game here. 34 base with Thompson. You got an extra tight end over there. So here you're going this way.
Blue 18. Blue 18.
Thompson dancing. There he goes. Another touchdown for Mark Thompson, number 3 of the game. He is being fed.
When the defense has to commit everybody to stop the run, there's no safeties. When there's no safeties and the linebackers get caught in the wash, guess what happens? There's no levels in the defense. So when there's no levels in the defense, it takes one crease right there, and it's gone. There's nobody left. No levels in the defense. Offensive line doing their job, doing it really well up front, provide one crease, and then the back doesn't get touched.
3 touchdown runs so far in this game for Mark Thompson. 33 yards, 10 yards, and 15 on this one. And the lead just keeps getting bigger. 34-7.
Junk sleep got you all jumbled up?
During Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen and save up to $700 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base. Shop now at Mattress Firm.
If sports fans built a streaming service,
movies and shows, live TV, more local sports. This is your big 3 that crushes cable.
Andy changed the batteries on all 3 smoke detectors.
Let New Age products transform your garage into an area of your home you can be proud of. Modular steel cabinets let you pick and choose the storage solutions to keep your garage organized. With overhead racks and shelving, slat wall, workstations, and flooring that let you create a showroom garage to call your own. Designed for DIY installation, all you need is one weekend to take your garage from unusable to unbelievable. Visit us at newageproducts.com.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Go to inventhelp.com. We have representatives nationwide and services to showcase your invention. Get started today. Go to inventhelp.com for free information.
What if I told you that a performance shirt could be equally technical and ridiculously comfortable? At FreeFly, we made it our mission to keep you comfortable while doing the things you love outside. Our secret sauce? Proprietary fabric blends made from bamboo. Beyond being buttery soft, bamboo has natural UPF protection, wicks moisture, and has antimicrobial properties. Welcome to the new world of performance apparel. Comfort on, adventure out.
What if we live to 100? I don't want to outlive our money. I keep eating all these chia seeds. I could live to be 100.
We work at Empower. Even if we do live to 100, we don't have to worry.
Not worried.
Take control of your financial future to empower what's next.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. See how easy it is to bundle all your insurance needs. And by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Well, we're in Detroit, but it's all Houston right now. 34-7. They are in firm control. It's good to see Kenji Bahar walking along the sideline. He left on that last possession. He's got a smile on his face, so hopefully that's a good sign.
Bears is feeling good right now. Remember, this is Bears' pick. Houston, Philly today. He took the over 44.5. So we're now 34-7. So we've got 30-41, and it looks great. Let's just say if it doesn't hit, it would be an atrocious beat.
Mark Thompson is doing his best to make it happen. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns today, 5 in 2 games. Devin Gardner.
Guys, I'm with this giant man, Natai Rogers, down here, and he's going to go over how the run game is dominating the Stars today.
All right. We got a little inside zone action here. We're going to overload one side. They try to overload the matches, but, I mean, look at 94. He's a little too big, a little too fat. We got him up out of there. real easy, sliced him like butter. And look at 7 just go all the way. I mean, that just, I think he's jogging. He's so much faster than that.
Good.
Oh, man, look at that. That's just beautiful, man. That's thousands of reps.
On his
to me, that's thousands of push-ups at night. Just so we can come out here and punch people, you know?
Of course, Joe has a question about your holding call. Please
I was just gonna say, he was honest about his name, Natai, and I said, well, listen, you commit a penalty, I'll pronounce it right, and sure enough, there you were with a holding call.
Yeah, Joe said that he thinks that you kind of got that penalty called on yourself because you made sure to tell him how to say your name, and he said, when he said your name, what do you got to say about that?
Oh, man, I jinxed myself. It wasn't a holding call. She gave me a tripping call, which, I mean, you know, the refs are good people, you know, but, you know, we all make mistakes.
Hey, well, Mama called him the tie. I'm going to call him the tie. Keep blocking, man.
That's so good. Oh, that's so good. What a great smile. Oh, man.
You can have fun like that when your team is rolling.
That's right. And especially when his offensive line, he and his offensive line teammates, they're not going to show up in the stat sheet other than just the rushing year. So we're going to talk about Mark Thompson and everything else. That offensive line has been totally dominant today.
Case Cookus on 3rd and 7. Devin Gray, and he is stopped short. You talk about being good today. This defense for Houston has been as well.
Philly has not had many first downs today at all. In fact, only 4 of them, while Houston has put it in the end zone 5 times. Dominant so far today from the Gamblers, and that defense goes out there and gets another stop here in the 3rd quarter.
Another 3 and out for this Philadelphia offense. 6 so far in this game. Justin Hall dancing around. The Philadelphia special teams unit comes up big. Bahar, I think, going to watch this game from the sideline for a little bit, and why not? His team is up 34-7, and they haven't really even been threatened.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500.
So diabetes, this changes things, huh? Hey, a lot of people in your corner, including Walgreens.
But do I have to give up sweets?
If you work out a diet plan, nothing is off limits.
You dropped it.
I don't know if I can afford all these prescriptions.
We've got discount programs. You've got options.
I'm just glad I have you to talk to about this.
That's what I'm here for.
This CGM, still getting used to it.
Let's take a look.
When you need to talk diabetes, our pharmacists are here.
Name an ingredient you can see in this kind bar to win.
Almonds. I see almonds right there.
Yep, almonds. It's almost like the universe was talking to you.
Oh.
Here's your prize.
Nice.
Ingredients you can see and pronounce.
I was paying for in-flight Wi-Fi for months before I finally caught it. Rocket Money uncovers hidden subscriptions and notifies you when a charge is upcoming. From there, you decide if you want that service. And if not, cancel it right from the app with one tap. Download Rocket Money, the money app that works for you.
If sports fans built a streaming service.
Hey, so you know how we carry a ton of local sports networks?
Sure, Boston, Philly, Chicago, Phoenix.
And Minnesota?
So you hired twins
Oh, yeah.
from Minnesota.
You betcha.
I love it.
Live TV and sports and more, but mostly sports. That's Fubo!
Sure, you should teach him to ride a bike. Then use Greenlight and teach him how to invest in bikes. Teach him to be smart about money, and he'll go far.
Super far. Oh, hey, Mom.
Navigate the world of money together. Invest in your best investment. Greenlight.
Chloe, je suis amoureux de toi.
Quoi?
Need help learning and speaking a new language? Try Babbel, the language learning app designed to help you have conversations in any situation.
À votre santé.
Babbel uses the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learn.
Chloe, Je suis heureux pour toi. À votre santé.
Babbel, real language lessons for real-world conversations. Go to Babbel.com now to start speaking in as little as 3 weeks.
Show the world what it means to be a fan at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
More USFL action comes your way tonight, 7:30 Eastern on NBC, as the Memphis Showboats will take on the Michigan Panthers. And then tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, the New Orleans Breakers, they'll face the New Jersey Generals. That also on NBC, followed at 6:30 on FS1 with the Birmingham Stallions and the Pittsburgh Maulers. This is the first game of Week 4 here in the USFL. Terry Wilson in at quarterback for the rest of the way, as Kenji Bahar, the starter for Houston, injured on that last possession. We'll talk to him in just a second, see how he's doing officially. 15 of 21 for 231 and 2 touchdown passes for Bahar. Wilson trips up, and Mark Thompson saves it. Let's get it down to Devin Gardner, who's with Kenji Bahar.
15 of 21, 2 touchdown passes, 231 yards. It seems like you built on last week's performance pretty nicely, huh?
Yeah, man. And shout out to my O-line, man. I really ain't get touched that much. You know, they make it easy when it's, you know, I got a clean pocket and I can see everything downfield.
You got touched one time on that last drive, and you're fine right now. I saw you jogging around. What's the plan for the rest of the game?
Hey, just make sure Terry go out there and do what he do, man. Cheer my team, man. Make sure we doing everything right. You know, just bring that energy on the sideline.
For those at home who haven't seen Terry play, what type of quarterback is he?
He can do it all, man. He dual threat. He can throw the ball. He can. He can.
I got some left. I got a little bit.
You can do what you just did right there, man. But yeah, man, he's a dual threat. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He's real smart, man. He's one of my good teammates.
All right, be a good cheerleader.
You can see that ankle's fine on that play for Kenji.
Yeah, good spirits there, and it gives him a chance to develop, you know, behind Kenji.
Wide read, X Mars on, ready?
Wilson started his college ball at Oregon, went to Garden City Community College, and then was really productive 3 years at Kentucky.
Watch this Y read route right here.
Here comes the blitz, and Wilson shows his running ability. First down. Talked about being productive at Kentucky. First player in Wildcat history with 3,000 passing and 1,000 rushing. He gains 9 on that run for Houston.
Well, what you're going to get is you're going to get pressure on that top side, and he does a great job just stepping right up into the middle of that pocket and then taking off. You know, not a lot of indecision there, and that's exactly what you need to do. Know where you need to get the line to gain, and then get down. That's the next thing he'll start to learn. It's like, just don't take a hit. Just dive down.
Blue AT! Blue AT!
Mark Thompson, over 100 yards and across midfield. Thompson thinking about another touchdown. He's got 3 so far today, and just another easy run in the park, 33 more there.
Well, look, they've got the numbers. There's only 3 guys on that side of the ball defensively, and now you're going to get everybody coming around. You're going to pull a guard over there, and then you just overload them again. Houston has done such a good job in the run game, and give Eric Price, the offensive coordinator, a lot of credit, because he has found the concepts in order to overload the defense on one side, gain extra gaps, and then free runs for Mark Thompson.
Yeah, you can see he's got 3 times almost as many yards today as the entire Philly offense. While he takes a breather, Terry Wilson scrambling, ball punched out. Houston recovers it in the end zone. They will go back to the spot of the fumble. Samuel punched that out. That's a touchdown, actually. It will go back to the spot of the fumble had it been 4th down, and it was actually 3rd down.
Touchdown.
Not 4th down. Ball gets popped loose. It is live. Wherever it gets possessed, that's what's going to happen. And look at that. Ball is bouncing Houston's way here today. Kiki Chisholm, 2nd touchdown of the day. He had the great run inside of 2 minutes down that left sideline, and then he's able to keep those feet up before hitting that white paint. And the Gamblers, everything going right for them. Good decision by Terry Wilson. It was a good play defensively, but again, nothing has gone right for the Stars today.
Vogel adds on to it.
There you go, Bear.
I think the over is covered. It was 44.5. It's a 48-point total right now, 41 of it by the Houston Gamblers.
Oh, okay. Easy does it.
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. With the money we saved, we thought we'd try electric unicycles. Careful, babe. Saving was definitely easier.
Hey, babe, I think I got it. It's actually...
Okay, show off.
Help!
Oh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Together or separate?
If you get this wrong, there'll be no second date. No second date, you end up alone. Just like the psychic said.
And together.
Cool.
So diabetes, this changes things, huh? Hey, a lot of people in your corner, including Walgreens.
But do I have to give up sweets?
If you work out a diet plan, nothing is off limits.
You dropped it.
I don't know if I can afford all these prescriptions.
We've got discount programs. You've got options.
I'm just glad I have you to talk to about this.
That's what I'm here for.
This CGM, still getting used to it.
Let's take a look.
When you need to talk diabetes, our pharmacists are here. When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates or filing returns.
Avalara.
Tomorrow, the USFL is on FS1. The Birmingham Stallions battle the Pittsburgh Maulers.
See you later.
The USFL, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
Yes! Craig Carton.
Welcome to the show.
He's to the point.
Patrick Mahomes is a beast.
And he says whatever's on his mind.
I have a theory that Babe Ruth didn't exist.
There's video! It's the Carton Show, weekday mornings on FS1.
Who's got a motive?
Why am I the bad guy?
Accused is TV's most captivating new crime show.
Guilty as charged.
This is a nightmare.
And now you can watch it anytime.
I just shot someone.
I'm gonna fix this, I promise.
Accused, all new Tuesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
A-list celebrities. They'll sing for their lives, but who are they? The Masked Singer is back!
Oh no, why the long face?
The new season is epic and you can watch anytime. With weekly themes,
New York night, 80s night, ABBA night,
and a new twist.
Whoa!
That will have everyone talking.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
All new Masked Singer, Wednesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Hulu.
Okay, all right, bet. I know that. Hey, come on. Hey, we're going to F the bunch right, 52 sway, X Colorado, Y space, and Z upright. 1-1, ready?
Right as the formation, 52 is the protection, X Colorado is the concept. He's got an X tag. That means if he gets one-on-one, he can play the X on that left side. He says he's got double coverage, though. Okay, fine. Go play spacing. And he's got Z on the dagger. It's played straight across. 1 to the tight end, 2 to the dagger. He's got him. Boom. He's got a win. And that's how it's done. That's how you play quarterback, and it can happen that fast. Again, he got 52 X Colorado, Y spacing, Z dagger. You call all of those things, and what does that mean for a quarterback? If he has one-on-one with the X, take it. If not, go play spacing. 1 to the tight end, 2 to the Z, 3 to the tailback out of the backfield. And Bear, you're a happy man because that fumble recovered for a touchdown by Kiki Chisholm gives us a nice big fat over.
Here's Corey Coleman. And here's Devin Gardner with Kiki.
We were supposed to get you earlier on your receiver's dream. Shallow cross, get the 200-meter dash up the sideline for a touchdown. Couldn't get you, but now we're going to get you because now you're a rusher, a rushing scorer, if you will. How did it feel to get a rushing touchdown, your first of the season, I would imagine?
Man, it felt good. Just Being at the right place at the right time, man. That's the thing about football. You always got to keep your head on the swivel. I always got to do you 1 to 11. I kept my eyes on the ball, just followed and just made a play.
Everybody, you know, looking at this team the first 2 weeks, kind of down on you guys. And you guys have exploded these last 2 weeks. What has been the change and the shift that has allowed you to really come out and essentially be dominant on offense?
I think for us, it was just the attention to detail, for real. I mean, the first 2 weeks, we were in both games. It was just turnovers and penalties. We were really just shooting our own selves in the foot. So these last couple of weeks, we really been focused on us versus us mentality. We stay out our own way. We feel like there ain't nobody we can't beat. We just play our game.
Well, Wilson loves you. Kiki, he loves you because, you know, he might be in trouble if he fumbles out the back of the end zone. Good job.
I got my boy back, man, always.
Of course.
All right, thanks a lot. Kiki Chisholm went to training camp with the Packers last year. Finished up at Missouri after 3 seasons at Division II Angelo State. Making a name for himself in this game with 2 touchdowns in 2 different ways. Only the second time today the Stars have been in Houston territory. Dexter Williams out of the backfield. Wrestled to the ground by Bunch.
They're finally getting a little bit of protection, and it started with a couple of quick passes on this series, and Philly was able to get the ball out of the hand of their quarterback, Case Cookus, and then there provide a little protection to get it to the check down.
Go at 33.
From the 26 after the 12-yard pickup. Cookus sacked again. Tolson with the sack this time. Number 4 for this defensive of Houston.
There's just nowhere to go with the ball, and the coverage is really tight. You look at this man coverage on that right side. He maybe can get to that slot route, but on the backside with the one-on-one, that's where the ball needs to go. Now, here's what I would encourage Philadelphia to do. You don't want an inside breaking route. You know, Corey Coleman is getting what's called bail coverage over the top of him. That means that the corner is starting out right in front of him and then bails off. Why not just throw a hitch? Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
Quick pass, Overton. And he is wrapped up right away. Manny Bunch stops him, give him 3 yards, but good coverage after the reception.
On 3rd down, what we've seen Houston do is that they've lined up in more man coverage with 2 safeties over the top and let those 4 defensive linemen get after it.
Rex empty, Ricky. Go swap, shallow trade. On 1, right?
Empty backfield. This is when, as a pass rusher, you've just got to get after it and you've got to win.
Hey, look. 180. Works it.
They don't come. Delayed blitz. Bunch gets Cookus and forces him to throw an incompletion. And that delayed blitz from the corner made the difference.
And he did a great job of disguising this. Watch the disguise. He's just going to sit there and hold his water, and then you're going to get a drop out here. And then you go over the linebacker drops out. You take the tackle back with the defensive end, and you get a free rusher from that blitz perspective. That's a good call from Chris Wilson, the defensive coordinator. And again, Cookus under duress. It's really been the story of the entire season for Cookus.
It really has been. Here's a 42-yard attempt by Louis Aguiar. But nothing going for this Philadelphia offense. Their only touchdown came off a Houston turnover that set them up in Gambler territory, and they get 3 points here, but they were certainly in position to get a whole lot more. And that sack made a difference, followed by the pressure by Bunch. So 3 points they will settle for, and it's now a 41-10 game. Well, the Gamblers, they've been a different team the last 2 weeks than they were last season and the start of this year in the USFL. Houston loses on the last play of the game for the 3rd straight week.
Bahar for the touchdown, Justin Hall. Houston comes from behind late.
So they lost 4 games last year after having the lead in the 4th quarter. Last week, they led by 13 going into the 4th. Gave up 16 consecutive, so found themselves behind, but scored the game-winning touchdown with 21 seconds left. And Curtis Johnson, in his first year as their head coach, has kind of changed the attitude of this team.
Yeah, he has. And now this offense, they have found the secret sauce. Think about their last 3 games now. They scored 31 in a game in which they actually still lost to New Orleans, who's a very good team. Then they score 30 in that comeback win over Memphis, and now they've put up 41 on Philadelphia. 5 touchdowns for Mark Thompson in the last couple of games. They are finding that rhythm, and this becomes a very dangerous team in that South Division, which I think is the better division. 3 teams in the South I think are really good teams. Birmingham, New Orleans, and now Houston.
Anthony Ratliff-Williams. Flag on the play.
Hey, no media, y'all. Let's go out here. Let's go out here. No media. I got a holding. This spot right here, holding. Huh? Nah, he didn't. He just pulled him out of the way. he did. Oh, man. During the return, holding, return team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, don't forget, tomorrow on FS1, the NASCAR Cup Series battles the high speeds and tenacious track at Kansas Speedway. Pre-race coverage begins at 2 o'clock Eastern, and then the engines start for the Advent Health 400 at 3. That's only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Hey, Z-Fon.
Gamblers racing away with this one. Final seconds of this third quarter.
Here we go. 55, Jay. Ready? Blue 18. Blue 18.
Wilson handles the low snap. Jones with the carry. And that will take us down. Looks like there's enough time left to wind out the clock. So far in this game, the Gamblers have scored 6 touchdowns on 9 possessions. One was the end of half, and the other was a fumble. So they've been stopped once by Philadelphia.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, we were right. Go, right? Yeah.
Hey, and there's another quarter to play.
Let's do it.
Can you have an over on the over?
In-game over?
It's 41-7, all smiles for the Gamblers right now. One more quarter from Detroit. Let's heat it up.
This summer, it's the U.S. versus the world.
Unbelievable!
The FIFA Women's World Cup, July on Fox.
I'm your overly competitive brother.
Check.
Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Name an ingredient you can see in this kind bar to win.
Almonds. I see almonds right there.
Yep, almonds. It's almost like the universe was talking to you.
Oh.
Here's your prize.
Nice.
Ingredients you can see and pronounce.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500.
Sure, you'll teach her how to drive a car. Then use Greenlight to power her independence with crash detection with 911 dispatch, family location sharing, and emergency SOS alerts. Invest in your best investment with Greenlight.
Wear by Erin Andrews, my sportswear collection for all women, is now officially licensed with more leagues. Women can support their teams in fashion-forward apparel everywhere, anywhere. Find it at Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. This is the latest technology. For an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card for $250 off, scan this QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and get the permanent solution protected by the Bosley Guarantee.
I sign up for free trials all the time. What I don't do is cancel them. Rocket Money uncovers hidden subscriptions and notifies you when a charge is upcoming. From there, you decide if you want that service. And if not, cancel it right from the app with one tap. Download Rocket Money today.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of this first game of week 4, and well, there's the score. So this fourth quarter,
we good.
This will be officially the Get to Know Joel Klatt.
Here we go.
Ask him anything, folks, whatever you want to know.
Oh man, mailbag.
Boo, AT! Boo, AT!
Shamari Jones, short pickup. And the reason that Joel will have time to tell us his life story, his career goals and dreams and wishes, is because unless you're Houston, there's not a whole lot left to be excited about today.
Well, 433 yards to 88 pretty much sums it up. 23 first downs. I mean, they have been so good. Now, listen, clearly Philadelphia has played the worst game that they've played in a couple of years. But having said that, you know, the Gamblers had a lot to do with that. With their pressure up front defensively, their ability to control the line of scrimmage from an offensive line perspective. So it's been impressive.
Incompletion intended for Peterson, and we'll bring up a punting situation. Philadelphia's defense with only the second stop they've had all day of the Gamblers, not counting the halftime break.
You better than that. You can make that one. I've seen you catch those.
Always coaching. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Curtis Johnson, he's a pro. He's a veteran.
Hunter Nicewander showed up late this week due to injury to their punter, Andrew Galich. Didn't have time to put a name on his jersey, apparently. That blank number 94. Here's Corey Coleman. Coleman stumbles out to the 37-yard line, and so the Stars will take it over from there when we come back.
Introducing Astepro Allergy. Now available without a prescription, Astepro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While Flonase takes hours, Astepro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astepro and go.
Name an ingredient you can see in this kind bar to win.
Almonds. I see almonds right there.
Yep, almonds. It's almost like the universe was talking to you.
Oh.
Here's your prize.
Nice.
Ingredients you can see and pronounce.
Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to FS1. Kansas will thunder with the sound of horsepower. As Larson and Elliott battle across the plains.
Gonna go for it. Great pass.
But lightning fast Bubba Wallace looks to prove he can strike twice.
What they gonna say now, baby? Let's go!
The Advent Health 400 from Kansas. Coverage begins Sunday at 2 Eastern on FS1.
Next Level Chef is all about competitiveness.
Go time!
Where are we going?
Top level, Chef.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're on the top. I want to stay here.
Do I want to take down Gordon Ramsay? Of course.
Oh.
Medic.
Medic.
We're coming up there. See you never.
We on Next Level Chef, baby.
Hurry up! Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
Next Level Chef, Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Wednesdays on Fox. 4 small-town farmers welcome big city women.
I'm moving in.
For a chance at love in the heartland.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for you.
If Yellowstone and The Bachelor had a baby, it would be this reality show unlike any other.
So what made you want to do this?
No matter how content you are by yourself, there's just still something missing.
I love everything about him.
I would really love it if you would join me in this journey.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
The race to win my cash is on with the Fox Bet Super 6 Stage 2 contest. Download the free-to-play Super 6 app and pick 6 Stage 2 outcomes for your shot to win.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, Houston has been fantastic defensively as well as offensively, and I think it's really been this defensive line. The ability to put pressure on the quarterback, own the game, both stopping the run and, again, getting back into the backfield and getting pressure on Cookish. They've been doing it with stunts, with speed, with some blitzes. They have been absolutely tremendous, and the pressure on Cookish has just been fierce. He has not been able to get the ball down the field, and Chris Wilson, the defensive coordinator, has got to be thrilled with the way that his front seven has played today and totally controlled the game.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised. I mean, Wilson was the defensive line coach for that Eagles team that won the Super Bowl back in 2018. Here's Matt Colbert. But not only does he have that in his background.
I'm down here with Coach Wilson, and he was just dancing to the kid. It's not my son, but this defense is definitely his son, and it's been outstanding. Joe's former defensive line coach, and firstly, I'd like to apologize for all that time you had to spend with Joe Klatt. I mean, I know it had to be devastating.
Hey, I could have worked with tougher guys. Joe was elite, and he helped us out a lot back in those days.
Absolutely. So we're just going to hang out and listen to your play call.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Away, zone auto. Away, zone auto. Away, zone auto.
So what do we have? What is away zone auto? Because Joe Klatt doesn't remember all the calls.
It's a multi-coverage. So if they get 2x2, we can play a certain split safety look. If we get 3x1, we can play a different coverage, which gets us into cover 3.
Nice.
Hey, go out there, 33. 180. Where's it?
Stay to 10. Here we go. Let's go this time. Here we go. Let's go away, peel, back, or storm 10. Away, peel, back, or storm 10.
Away, peel, back, or storm 10. What is that?
That is a 5-man pressure. We're bringing the outside linebacker off the edge.
You guys have done a very good job of getting home with 4. What makes you want to bring 5 on this play?
We want to get the quarterback getting off rhythm. And now force the ball to come out quickly. Let's go away. We're in 10. Here we go. Let's go rover. Here we go. Now check that. We're in 10, 10, 10.
Let's go. On 1 Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go. Jet rain, peel 10. Jet rain, peel 10.
So for those who don't know, when you say 10, 10, 10, what is 10?
10 is a middle of the field coverage. What tells us we're in zero pressure. Zero pressure. So we'll do a 5-man hit, and we're just playing the middle of the field closed. Staying 10. Hey, dribble. You can't do that if you're not. You can't do that.
Get off.
Dribble.
44. Turbo, touchdown.
I assume dribble means hurry.
Hurry. Yeah, we are automatic call in our dribble calls. Here we go. Stay 10. Here we go. Let's go this. Let's go avalanche. Pick, peel 10. Avalanche. Pick, peel 10.
As a quarterback, I do not like a defensive coordinator saying avalanche.
Learning app designed to help you have conversations in any situation. Babbel uses the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learn.
Chloé, je suis heureux pour toi. À votre santé.
Babbel, real language lessons for real-world conversations. Go to Babbel.com now to start speaking in as little as 3 weeks.
From tropical bites to cowboy delights, Nuts.com has over 1,400 delicious snacks to satisfy every craving. Enjoy every flavor of happy and get free shipping on your first order.
I'm ready for the rain.
The cold. For sunny skies ahead.
Lightning strikes and tornadoes? I'll know.
You can be ready too with the Climb app. Check out insightful weather maps, customizable weather alerts, and many more features. Climb, precise weather, precisely for you.
If sports fans built a streaming service.
Fubo is like the best of cable.
plus the best of streaming. Thinking of calling yourselves the Big Kick It because you're helping people kick cable.
Sorry, I feel like that's a little close to your...
Imagine them chanting the Big Kick It as you dominate the paint.
Are we still talking about TV?
Live TV and sports and more, but mostly sports. That's Fubo!
All right, I'm gonna change your world. Yeah. I love to root for great. Ooh. You want to root for the underdog. Good luck with that. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right, you'll still argue with me. This is The Herd.
Today's game is sponsored by Uber One. One membership to save on Uber and Uber Eats. By CrowdStrike. And by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I got you now. Just play. Everybody just play. Everybody just play. Everybody just play. Everybody got to eat. Everybody got to eat. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to sit down because I ain't greedy. I'm going to let everybody eat, but I need that player of the week. I need it this week. If I don't get this week, guess what? Let me get it next week. Week after that. After that. After that.
Well, this being the first game of week 4, he is off to a good start. 10 yards a carry, 3 touchdown runs. And again, he's got 5 in the last 2 games after not playing weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's been hard to bring down, right? Physical runs. He's shown some speed as well.
Deepest starting field position for Houston. And the Philadelphia defense comes up on the first play. Shamari Jones stopped after a yard gain. He's in for Mark Thompson, who has had himself a day.
Yeah, and here's just a little sampling of his versatility. There's the physical run, breaking a tackle, and then racing to the pylon. Then here he's got a 2-way go, and he just beats the safety all the way there. And then the ability to just be patient and allow the blocking to get set up, and then the offensive line just crushing him up front, opens up a huge hole, and he's in for his 3rd touchdown.
Blue and T-shirts.
Terry Wilson keeps it, and the quarterback gets another Houston first down.
Well, they've got to figure this out, this Stars defense, because you can't have the defensive end crash down and the linebacker crash down. If you want, you can have one of them crash down, but the other has got to stay outside. And when a quarterback sees both of those guys squeeze down to the inside, it's an easy zone read. He just pulls that ball, and he's on his way on the outside.
13 yards on the run.
Blue 18. Blue 18.
Gamblers stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's Carson Taylor with the stop. Still, Houston's over 200 yards rushing today.
Well, I was just going to say, watch now what you see out of this edge, okay? So I just showed you on the last play, you've got to have one stay outside if one's going to crash. Well, right there, one crashes down. You've got Carson Taylor crashing down, and then you've got the linebacker, I believe it was Hodge, that stayed on the outside. That's exactly what you need to do against that zone read.
Here we go. Ready?
Almost 10-1 in the rushing advantage.
Blue 18.
Jones again. Five yards and 3rd down.
Let's see what they go with here.
Hey, we got gun strips right, Sally, white stick. On, ready?
All right. Y stick is a staple in a lot of offenses, and it's basically just a little out route from the tight end. Now, he can sit down if it's against zone. The outside receiver, he's got to run off. He's going to get a little stick right here. He's got a little stick right here as well. He should go to the tight end right in the middle of the field. He held it and went screen.
Draw play. Pardon me. And Jones stayed on his feet long enough to get the first.
Those little terms that not everyone's familiar with, right? So they're trying to run a screen, the Sally term, right, which I wasn't familiar with. The Sally, an S term, that's a screen. So he goes screen to the left off of that Y stick. Movement from the front side. Good job. A tough physical run. And again, the Stars with a lot of missed tackles. That's been really the story of the game for them on defense.
You know, it's interesting watching Houston with a 41-man game day roster in this league, counting the backup quarterback, the 3rd-team quarterback. You don't get a lot of time to develop players, but we're getting a chance to see Houston do that. Terry Wilson has taken over since Bahar went down, and Bahar says he's good enough to come back next week. But he's getting a chance to play. Shamari Jones is getting a chance to play at running back. They're getting a chance to develop some of these guys who are the number 2 unit, if you will.
And you get live reps to continue to develop your offensive line, who's done a great job so far today.
What's up, Mom? See. What's up?
Hey, 55, 55.
There's that extra tight end and fullback over there on the right side. And wide receiver. This is meant run to the right all day long.
Jones going to be bottled up. Not much on that run. But this is going to be one of those days that at the end you're going to talk about all-time records for the Houston Gamblers. In this second iteration of the USFL, they didn't score 30 points in the game at all last year. They didn't do it week 1. And now this is going to be 3 consecutive weeks that they've scored over 30. 41 is the most this franchise has ever scored, going back to the original Houston Gamblers.
Hey, 55, 55. Here we go. Ready? Blue 18. Blue 18 set.
The keeper by Wilson. He's bottled up. Joel DeBlanco. And with 4th down coming up, we've got a timeout. As Philadelphia tries to save a little time to make it a little closer.
Well, I mean, you talked about development on the Houston side. I think Bart Andrus is also thinking about that. So he's just trying to retain some volume of snaps so that he can continue to evaluate his team. Get guys snaps that maybe normally wouldn't get snaps. You know, the game clearly is out of hand. Houston's going to go on and win this one and keep pace with Birmingham there for 2nd in the South Division.
Nice Wander gets the punt off. Scooped up by Corey Coleman. Ball came out. Good pursuit by this Gamblers special teams unit. It looks like Philly did recover it.
You know the last time I've been down here? I was down.
And they sort things out down there. Philadelphia does retain it. It's been that kind of day for Philadelphia.
Get the gear built for the real ones that put the us in the USFL.
Oh, wow, what a game!
True fans know how to rep, read, scent. Real fans, real football, real gear.
How about this? Sensational.
Except no substitutes. Only at shopusfl.com.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500.
Name an ingredient you can see in this kind bar to win.
Almonds. I see almonds right there.
Yep, almonds. It's almost like the universe was talking to you.
Oh.
Here's your prize.
Nice.
Ingredients you can see and pronounce.
Why did we choose Safelite? For us, driving around is the only way we can get our baby to sleep. So when our windshield cracked, we can't drive this. We needed it fixed right. We went to Safelite.com. There's no one else we'd trust. Their experts replaced our windshield and recalibrated our car's advanced safety system. They focus on our safety.
Really looks great. Not a problem.
So we can focus on this little guy.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Headed out? Don't let the weather catch you by surprise. Check Climb, your personal weather assistant. Plan ahead with precise local weather forecasts and stay safe with hurricane and wildfire trackers. Keep an all-in-one weather tracker right in your pocket. Climb, precise weather, precisely for you.
Upgrade your afternoons the right way.
It's a huge upgrade.
With First Things First.
Jump into the chat with Nick.
Now that's the best take.
Broom.
They need a win.
And Wow.
It's because I can predict the future.
As they serve up the freshest takes.
LeBron, Mahomes, Steph Curry,
Dak Prescott.
he's out of there.
Every afternoon.
And I love it.
First things first.
Yes, that's a mic drop.
Weekdays on FS1.
Wednesdays on Fox. 4 small-town farmers welcome big city women
I'm moving in.
for a chance at love in the heartland.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for you.
If Yellowstone and The Bachelor had a baby, it would be this reality show unlike any other.
So what made you want to do this?
No matter how content you are by yourself, there's just still something missing.
I love everything about him.
I would really love it if you would join me in this journey.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
The official USFL app is here. Get an inside look at your favorite teams and players, all the latest news, highlights, scores, schedules, and more. Plus, buy tickets and official gear. All you have to do is download the USFL app, the go-to app for USFL fans all season long. I don't know if we need stats to tell the story of this game.
Well, I mean, Houston's got it. You know, they're going to love looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been one-sided from the start.
This is one of those games, to be real honest, if I was Bart Andrus, I might not watch the film.
Is this one of those, the coaches, that bury the film in the parking lot and that kind of thing?
You know, it's tough to say, Kurt. I mean, definitely going to handle it in several different ways, and you're looking for effort. Maybe you put an effort compilation together, but here inside of 4 minutes, we're going to get a lot of passing calls. Let's get a little crank it up with Philadelphia and just listen into how they handle this.
We got Rip. Hey, 44. 180. Where's it?
Hold foul ball.
Hey, that's a good boy. That's a pig.
Okay, leave him.
Hold here.
Rex empty, Ricky, Oscar. Oscar slant. Rex empty, Ricky, Oscar slant.
Rex empty. Ricky, Oscar straight. On one, ready? Hey, go 44. Go 44. I got it. Good. 180. Rex it.
Here we go. Rex empty, Ricky, pin shallow. Rex empty, Ricky, pin shallow.
Here we go. Rex empty. Ricky, pin shallow. On one, ready? I'll go right. 33. 180. Rex it. I'm not young enough for it anymore, dude. Not young enough for that. Get on it.
Rex empty, Ricky, go smash. Rex empty, Ricky, go smash.
Here we go. Rex empty, Ricky, go smash. On one, ready?
The go is always strength side there in Ricky, so you've got go routes over here, and then you've got a smash concept here, which is just a hitch, corner to the hitch.
Hooker.
Hey, hooker. Classy, hooker. Rip.
That's not gonna work.
44. 180. Rex it. Come on. Out of here.
All right, here we go. Let's go Lex. Lex lasso.
Hey, you're gonna run a game.
Curl under.
Here we go. On the double. Lex lasso, curl under. On the double. Hey, hurry up. Hey, turbo. 5-0. Turbo, turn set.
tell you, this Philadelphia team seems to work better in the no-huddle offense, at least at this stage of the game. Now, Houston giving them a little bit, but they do seem to be more efficient.
44. Turbo touchdown.
And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. In a game that has been all gamblers all day, they try and wrap it up and get one more defensive stop. Up 41-10.
Tomorrow, the USFL is on FS1. The Birmingham Stallions battle the Pittsburgh Maulers.
See you later.
The USFL, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
All right, I'm going to change your world. Yeah. I love to root for great. You want to root for the underdog. Good luck with that. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right, you'll still argue with me. This is The Herd.
Your challenge is to recreate the mystery dessert using only the clues left behind.
3 sheet pans.
Saltines.
Delicious.
I murdered a donut.
That's a crime scene.
Crime Scene Kitchen returns Monday, May 22nd on Fox.
The race to win my cash is on with the Fox Bet Super 6 Stage 2 contest. Download the free-to-play Super 6 app and pick 6 Stage 2 outcomes for your shot to win.
Sunday on Fox. The stars are out.
They say that we the next attraction.
Let's go.
I'm talking lights, camera, action.
Who will be crowned the top dog?
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship, Sunday at 2 Eastern on Fox.
For the first time since WrestleMania, Roman Reigns returns, and the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament continues. An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Upgrade your afternoons the right way.
It's a huge upgrade.
With First Things First. Jump into the chat with Nick.
Now that's the best take.
Broom.
They need a win.
And Wow.
It's because I can predict the future.
As they serve up the freshest takes.
LeBron, Mahomes, Steph Curry,
Dak Prescott.
he's out of there.
Every afternoon.
And I love it.
First Things First.
Yes, that's a mic drop.
Weekdays on FS1.
Wednesdays on Fox. 4 small-town farmers welcome big city women
I'm moving in.
for a chance at love in the heartland.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for you.
If Yellowstone and The Bachelor had a baby, it would be this reality show unlike any other.
So what made you want to do this?
No matter how content you are by yourself, there's just still something missing.
I love everything about him.
I would really love it if you would join me in this journey.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Oh, my goodness.
Sunday, the stars of NASCAR head to FS1.
I'm gonna light it up.
It's going to be a battle across the plains of Kansas.
Gonna go for it. Let's go.
The Advent Health 400, Sunday on FS1.
I think we can put this in the win column for the Houston Gamblers. They will go to 2-2. And we mentioned it earlier, this South Division looking pretty good out of the gate. As you get to week 4, teams start to separate themselves from one another.
Yeah, this is what's so interesting about it is that you definitely are starting to see a little bit of the cream rise to the top here in each side of these divisions.
Lucas, high throw, Corey Coleman, and that's just his second catch of the game.
This defense, by the way, Houston came in, and this was a defense allowing 31 points per game. That was the second worst in the USFL. They had given up at least 26 in every game. In fact, they were giving up 5.9 yards per play, which was the second worst in the league. Today, 3. You know, like this was, now granted, a bit of an outlier, and I know Philly didn't play well, but they certainly have gone back to the drawing board and played their best game.
Here comes the pressure again. Cookus gets it off. DeAndre Overton. And he's tackled in the open field by Jeremiah Johnson.
Hooker on the ball. Rip, Hooker. Classy. Hooker. Rip. 30.
Philly's got 173 yards of offense. 2/3 have come on the last 2 drives. Can they punch it in? Overton. Down inside the 7-yard line, and Philly uses a timeout.
Yeah, these last 2 drives have made.
Was clock good?
They've made the stat sheet certainly look better, haven't they?
Well, 181 is not something you write home about normally.
Correct.
But as you said, the last 2 drives, I mean
over 120 of them for the
yeah.
last 2 drives.
Yeah. Okay. So here you want it to the field or to the short side? I mean, we're on the right hash. You want the right side
short
throw?
Side, I want
okay.
Short side.
So let's do this.
Short side spacing.
Pistol. Rex Clasty. Lizzie spacing slant.
Here
Thank you.
we go. Hey, pistol, Rex Clasty, Lizzie, spacing slant. On what, Rick? Rex Clasty. 30, catch. I got care. Hey, we're good. 180, Richard.
Dexter Williams out of the backfield, and he gets it into the end zone. And Philadelphia will make the score a little bit closer, but it really doesn't matter with just over 1:06 left to go.
Well, this is a great concept. You got to wonder, like, why didn't they get to this sooner, right? So you're going to have man-to-man coverage, and then you're going to send your back out. The key, though, is that these routes right here, they're coming in and just making life difficult on the linebacker to follow the back out right away. And because of that, then it just becomes a race, and Dexter Williams wins the race, stays inbounds. Great job of keeping his feet in bounds right before getting to the pylon, and they're able to get into the end zone.
Left hash, here we go. Here we go.
Well, they're going to work on their 3-point play.
Ricky, all hook. On what, Rick?
This will be the first 3-point attempt in the USFL this season.
Empty, all hook. Did you hear that? So they're just all going straight up here, and they're just going to hook. And he's just going to try to find his best matchup.
One play. If they get in the end zone, they get 3. He's hit as he throws, and that's picked off. Can be returned. That's Elijah Jones. Philadelphia. Jordan Sewell saves them from what would be maybe the ultimate embarrassment. Well, we saw Jones earlier with that one-handed pick, and now he gets one here on the 3-point attempt.
Well, what you get, though, is pressure. You know, with just a 4-man rush, there's the pressure from the outside. And again, Cookus can't get a lot on that pass, and there's Jones for the pick. We saw him with the incredible interception, the one-handed interception earlier, and then there, a pick that he's trying to take back for the point after. Tim Bonner provided the pressure, and there's Jones, right place, right time. And good thing that pressure was there, because Coleman was open, you know, and he picked. Everything was going right for Philadelphia, except for the tackle doesn't get Bonner, and he doesn't get him blocked up as Bonner helps up the quarterback after the play.
Philadelphia came in this game not being able to run the football, not being able to protect their quarterback, and you didn't see anything today to make you think that that has changed.
No, and Cookus was under duress all day long, sacked 6 times. You look at what they've done in the first 3 games. You know, 13 sacks. So they'll go for the 4th down here opportunity, and got to put in their backup quarterback to do it.
This is only the 2nd time this has been tried in the USFL this season. 4th and 12 instead of an onside kick. If they get it to the 45, they keep the ball. And Cook has had to leave the game with that hand injury. They put in Kevin Thompson as a backup, and that's going to be short. He connects with Jordan Sewell, and they're about a yard shy, so they'll turn it over right there to Houston.
Well, a couple of late
Cook is not even using his right hand to shake Thompson's hand at the end. You wonder about that going forward.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's healthy. He's been banged up all year long, really, because of that pressure. But outside of the last couple of series, Houston didn't give up anything to Philadelphia.
Here we go.
And that's going to be highly impressive when all is said and done here as Cookus continues to look at that right arm.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, second sound. Ready, move.
Terry Wilson will take a knee a couple of times and officially in this one. And, you know, we mentioned it earlier. This Houston squad, the last 2 weeks, they have been impressive.
Yep. And think about it, too. They had that 13-point lead entering the fourth quarter a week ago against Memphis. Memphis comes all the way back to take the lead. It looks like Houston's going to lose another one of those close games, which was so prevalent a year ago under Kevin Sumlin. And then they put together that 2-minute drive. Kenji Bahar goes down the field. They're able to score that touchdown. Devin asked Kenji about it in the pregame, you know, how that was going to affect their confidence and overall rhythm going into this game. And they used that. That success last week bled into this week. They played outstanding, both sides of the ball, and their coach, Curtis Johnson, has got to be thrilled with the way his team played today.
Their second consecutive win gets them to 500 on the season and keeps them close there in the South Division. 41-16 is the final. It was an awesome performance by Houston. We'll be back to wrap things up from Detroit right after this.
Getting off the golf course.